such thing as a radio rating system. But if there were, this show would be rated O as in... Oh my God, this show is so stupid. These people should be in jail. Let's begin.
Good afternoon.
You're listening to Common Man and Timmy. Featuring Panama Ted.
Ted's a fun guy.
And the Crazy Soundboard.
Hola.
I'm Dennis Farina.
So much.
I even made just a little bit of a diagram for you.
56, and is that correct? Walk.
You little weasel.
Turn off your brain and unzip your pants. Here's Common Man and Timmy.
Happy Wednesday. Welcome in. Hello, good, clean boy.
Oh, hello, man. Middle of the week. How we doing?
I'm annoyed.
Why?
I got my reasons.
What are they? What?
How you
What
doing?
happened?
How you doing, Teddy?
I'm doing good, Mike.
How you doing, Tress?
Doing good, Mike.
Thank you.
Can't be too good.
Let me just start here.
Yeah.
I feel like we don't know as a society what etiquette is
Okay.
in
yeah.
any situation ever.
No, sure. I agree with that. Most days I'm out in public, I can't spend longer than 10 or 15 minutes out anywhere without jailing at least 5 people.
I mean, you think
It's
you're
tough.
doing something nice, and then, you know what, I'll get to that in a second. But let's start with some good news, right, Teddy? Reds beat the Yankees in extras last night.
All right.
Chase Burns, your guy,
New guy.
strikes out the first 5, then allows a single and strikes out number 6. Now, he did then run out of gas, gave up 3 runs in 5 innings, but you got the victory.
That's
right?
not horrible.
First two games in this series. Chase Burns makes his debut, showcases the electric stuff that you've been hearing about, and your team wins a game. It's pretty good.
I thought he was going to have the perfect game that you called. It looked like it was happening.
It looked like it, didn't it?
Yeah, so it was scary.
First 2 innings, right?
Yeah. Oh, well, he gave the base hit there with the 5th bat. Or
That's right. But he got the 6 strikeouts.
He got the 5
right?
first strikeouts, and he struck out 6 in that 2 innings. It's just, it was electric down there, too, because you had the Yankees in town, so there's a huge crowd for that, and, it was a fun time.
This is probably the part, though, where they got a 3-game winning streak here. They got a chance to sweep the Yankees at home, 7-10 tonight, right here on the Fan. But when they start to get above 500 like this, do you get nervous as a fan, like it's gonna fall apart at some point thereafter?
That's what the Reds seem to do this year. They win
No.
a few games, and then they lose a
Let
couple
me
games.
tell you why, Teddy. This is different.
Why?
They've been 12-5 since they held a players-only team meeting.
Oh, okay.
And the reports are that team meeting, they had it out.
All right.
I mean, that was the most productive team meeting in the world. Now, we say that after the fact because they've won games. I mean, plenty of teams have had players-only team meetings and they continue to lose, and no one talks about the team meeting because nothing came of it. But in this case, they closed ranks. Terry Francona, coaching staff not invited, just players airing grievances, talking about what they need to do better. And since that meeting, Teddy, 12-5.
Smelling some good things.
Yankees and Reds again tonight.
Also
Guardians
saw
lose to the Jays.
One of my favorite player names got tossed in the 9th inning of that game, Jazz Chisholm. He couldn't stop arguing balls and strikes.
Not Jizz Horncamp.
Not Chasm. Jazz Chisholm. He kept arguing even after the break in the inning. He had his glove, was going back out in the field, was still talking. The ump just said, that's enough. Gone. Bye-bye.
Jackets preseason schedule is out. They start up September 21st at home against the Blues. They wrap up October 4th. Crew in Atlanta tonight over at the LDC at 7:30. Now, my commentary on society.
Okay.
Went to the
Let's get to it.
Chipotle today.
Yeah, all right. You go there quite often, a couple times a week?
Walking in the door. This particular location has not had ice in the pop machine for about 2 weeks. But
oh, great.
I've learned my lesson. I just got a bottle from the cooler.
Haven't fixed that, huh?
Nope, haven't fixed it.
Can't stock ice
I don't know
in
if
the soda
there's
fountain
clearly
machine.
a refrigeration issue because all the pop is warm, too.
Great.
They have a note right there that is misspelled and tells you that they have no ice.
You gotta
Anyway,
be kidding me.
so I'm walking in the door. There is a woman behind me talking on her phone.
I know where it's going already.
But I do the thing. Now, there is a difference between holding the door for someone and opening the door for someone. Those are two different actions.
Absolutely.
And two different results happen from
Opening
that.
is a far greater gesture.
Opening, I feel, is you stand there, you open, you let that person go
ahead
in,
of you.
in first.
Yeah, in first.
You expect some sort of acknowledgement, a nod, a smile.
Yeah.
This woman was on the phone. I don't expect her to end her conversation. But
Or possibly an offer. Would you like to go ahead? And then you could say, oh, no, that's all right.
Oh, as we get inside?
Yeah, as you get inside, she would do an offer of, hey, would you like to go ahead? You hold the door and you
that's
say,
what
no,
I'm talking
that's
about.
Okay.
I've had that happen to me before. Somebody's opened the door for me. As soon as I get in, I offer to switch places with the person who held the door open for me.
You know why?
He was there first.
Right.
It's the decent thing
you're
to
a
do.
good, clean boy.
I'm just saying, that's the decent thing to do. I did not get an acknowledgement. I did not even get an eye contact, nothing. And she did not even look at me. She went right to the front of the line.
What are we doing? What is wrong?
It's like I worked there.
What are we doing? Why are people this way? How can you walk on the face of this planet and treat other people that way?
Oblivious to life,
Decency,
Timmy. That's the
kindness.
answer.
It doesn't take you but a half a second to just do the right thing, acknowledge your fellow human. We're not asking for a Larry David stop and chat. We don't want to do that. Just like you said, smile,
It's the
eye
lack
contact.
of self-awareness. And you know what? If they had self-awareness, they wouldn't be the way that they are.
I've told you about my, when he was 10, 11, my son Jack, he would hold the door open for fans at sporting events, and he would I'd have to break him away because he would hold the door for 1,000 people if he stood there that long. And I'm exiting and going into an arena, that door opening and door holding etiquette is a little bit different. I think we can agree to that.
Yeah, but when you see
it's
a
a constant flow
holding the door,
that's the thing.
There's a certain gesture.
There's
like,
a certain decorum.
I would reach over and say, hey, thanks, buddy.
Yes.
And then I would get the door.
Yeah, everyone is supposed to put their hand
Exactly.
up on the door. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding when I say this. We're at a Jackets game one time. I thought we were all good, clean fans with the Jackets, too. There must have been 20 people walk through without even taking their hand out of their pocket and just kept on going through like he was a paid doorman. Put your hand up on the glass door and catch it so we can all continue to flow through.
He was fairly big for his age, and you did dress him in a doorman's uniform.
He looked like a bellboy.
Exactly. I mean, that was probably a little stupid on your part.
He was dressed in a maroon vest, and he had the little Kangol hat to go with it.
He was also shaking a tin can with some change in it.
Sure, yeah.
Not that it was just one of those things today. And I tell this to my daughter all the time. Just one little action may be totally meaningless to you, but it could make somebody else's day. Try and do that every single day, right? This woman not even acknowledging me as a human being did the opposite of that, ruined my entire day.
Okay, I won't name restaurant names for this, but there have been times where I will enter into a spot and I haven't ordered ahead. I'm fine if that's what you do. I have a little hang up when I'm actually making the trip to go and get my food. I don't want to get it if it's already been sitting there for 10 minutes. That 10 minutes to me is a lot as far as how much heat is going to leave that meal.
What
do you mean, what am I talking about? I like to order it when I'm there.
That is a perfectly normal take.
What's wrong with that? And it's just me.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
What's wrong with you is that you will stop and get food before you come into this office, right? You will then take said bag of hot food.
And then drive it to work.
You will sit it on your desk, and then you'll sashay around. Hey, how you doing? Oh, hey, Timmy's here. Let me make a little coffee. Let me chat over here on the TV side of the building. And you will let that fast food in the bag die.
I've done that like a few times.
It will die. So don't talk to me about food freshness because you are a violator.
Sometimes I come to work and then I got people yapping all over the place. I got people asking me to do things.
No one's talking to you.
I'm trying to be everything to everyone, okay?
I feel
like my food has to wait sometimes.
You respect your food. You eat your food. Well, it wants to be eaten.
So my take, it is accurate that it's a sane thing to do to not want to do the app order because I might not be getting there right when the food is ready.
As long as you don't have a big order.
I don't have a big order.
Okay. Yeah. If you're ordering for a family, then you have to do app.
Right. At most, we would do an order for two, right?
Okay, fine.
Or I would bring somebody with me.
That's acceptable.
If we've got to up that order to 3. So a 3 for 2 or a 2 for 1 type of deal.
I'm very confused.
It's like we're running a fast break drill in basketball. It's practice. 3 on 2, 2 on 1. So I I go in sometimes from time to time, and I'll be there ready to start, ready to order. And I'm telling you, it's almost like a coin flip now. The person across from me will stand there spaced out and won't even open their mouth or make eye contact. It's like that's on me as the customer to know that I'm supposed to go now. I'll stand there for a minute looking like a fool, wondering if that person's going to start filling an app order.
You're just staring at each other?
No, there's no staring because they're not looking at me.
Maybe they're busy.
They won't make eye contact. Well, they're just standing there doing nothing, so they're not starting to fill out an order, and then I all of a sudden just say, yeah, okay, I guess I'll take one of these and throw some of this in it, throw some of that in it, throw some of that in it, please. Maybe on the off chance that someone's being nice that day, I'll get a, what do you want? What do you want?
You do have one of those faces, though.
What do you mean one of those
just
faces?
A little annoying, threatening face.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Like, I wouldn't trust you.
I walk in there, I got a nice smile on my face. I'm ready to eat.
No, see, when you smile, it's even worse.
Eat some good food,
right,
have a
Teddy?
nice lunch.
You don't trust this guy.
Come on, Ted.
Yeah.
If you just met him, like we know him, we know he's harmless, but if you just met him,
it's a lot coming at you.
That's right.
It's a nice face.
Like a psycho.
Bring people together.
No, I don't like your face. Who's Joe Biden here now?
I was a lot like Joe today. I couldn't keep score in ping pong. I couldn't do anything right before the show.
All right, Timmy's going to get up. What? Hey,
whoa.
Got a good, clean show here. Yeah.
Take commercials, pay money.
NCAA,
hey, make our pay.
NCAA tournament is ready to expand again. Timmy will bleed from the eyes coming up next. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got an accident that's closing westbound 161's off-ramp to southbound 270, so don't go that way. And we've got a slowdown that is caused by an accident on East 24th Avenue at Cleveland Avenue. This report is sponsored by your neighborhood Kroger Pharmacy. Your neighborhood Kroger Pharmacy is happy to welcome back Express Scripts, Medicare D, and TRICARE Department of Defense plan members. It's easy to transfer prescriptions at Kroger.com/payer update. See your Kroger Pharmacy for details. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Now open at Zoombezi Bay, the all-new conservation tower. It's the only place you'll find the Hive, a world's first water slide with wild 720-degree beehive spin.
Muscle Mayhem, a Midwest first with intense drops and twists.
And Captina Falls, a head-first racing slide like nothing you've ever seen. 3 slides, 1 tower, endless thrills. Conservation Tower is now open, only at
Zoombezi Bay.
Plan your visit today at ZoombeziBay.com.
Dr. Marta Lavelle of Urbana and Darby Dental Smiles on having First Bank of Central Ohio as a partner.
It has been great working with First Bank of Central Ohio. They helped me achieve a huge goal, becoming a business owner. The bank made it so easy. They helped me through the whole process. It's been great ever since.
Experience what it's like to be first at First Bank of Central Ohio. Visit fbcentralohio.com for more details. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Bob Capace from Worthington Jewelers.
And I'm his very overpaid celebrity endorser, Common Man. Bob, I heard somewhere, actually from you many, many times, that Worthington Jewelers is where Columbus gets engaged.
It's too bad you and Timmy can't engage the audience.
Good zing, Bob.
If you're thinking of popping the question, there's only one place to go.
Worthington Jewelers on High Street in Worthington. WorthingtonJewelers.com. Tell them Common Man sent you.
Factory direct is really pretty simple. The factory sells it directly to the consumer. I mean, we build it. There's nothing that anybody else does. We have stations where everybody touches the window. Everyone sees what's going on. So if there's an issue, we catch it as it's going down the line. That's probably the biggest thing, is the ability to make sure what goes out the door is what I want to go out the door.
Visit Rosati Windows by the end of this month and get 35% off all windows and doors.
Road trip! This summer at Tire Discounters, your tires are your passport to savings, because you're driving to Paris,
Texas!
Then it's off to Rome,
Georgia!
And you'll be kissing the Blarney Stone in Dublin,
Ohio!
Right now, save up to $494 when you buy 4 tires, and that includes a free alignment and oil change. Stop at Tire Discounters before you see the world.
The Buy 5, Save 5 deals at Meijer are a great way to stock up on all your 4th of July celebration supplies. Buy 5 or more and save $5 or more when you mix or match hundreds of items, like 24 packs of select Coca-Cola and Pepsi products, plus deposit where applicable. Oscar Mayer Classic Beef Franks, Kraft Shredded or Chunk Cheese, Dole Chopped or Premium Salad Kits, and Dixie Family Pack plates, bowls, or hot cups. The Buy 5, Save 5 deals at Meijer. That's the good life. A good deal better. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
Join the Fan and 10 TV on Friday, June 27th from 11 to 6:30 to kick off the Beat the Heat Fan Drive. Purchase box fans and drop them off at the 10 TV studios on Friday, June 27th from 11 to 6:30. The Beat the Heat Fan Drive is sponsored by Newman Roofing.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty. Do you want to sell your property, however, you need a little help getting through the process? Let's say you have years of belongings in the home. It needs a lot of updating, you're overwhelmed, and you may need help finding a place to go. I will help you. Visit us today at TurboTrackRealty.com or call me now for an all-cash offer and, more importantly, the help you need at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
2 hours ago, Kyle arrived at the bar.
Hey, what's everyone drinking?
30 minutes ago, Kyle got his friends another round of drinks.
Cheers!
5 minutes ago, Kyle decided to drive home drunk. A minute ago, a law enforcement officer pulled up behind Kyle.
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
A chain of events that began 2 hours ago is about to change Kyle's whole world. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. Indeed's Sponsored Jobs feature helps you stand out and hire fast. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Another hot summer day ahead with our feels like in the triple digits and the air temperature in the mid to low 90s. We'll see partly sunny to mostly sunny skies with a chance of showers and thunderstorms developing the second half of the day, some which could be on the stronger side with heavy downpours and gusty winds. For tonight, partly cloudy with overnight lows in the mid 70s, and then for Thursday, a tad bit cooler with our feels like still in the upper 90s to right around 100 degrees. Chances of thunderstorms develop yet again for the second half of the day. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfolo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
The ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus is the official sportsbook of Common Man and Timmy. Weekdays at 3. The Fan.
This show has over 50 years of combined radio experience. They also have a combined mental age of 11. You're listening to Common Man and Timmy.
You good, clean men out there, I want to tell you about our friends at Tri-State Men's Health real quick, because summer is here. We got longer days, we got warm nights, vacations, date nights. Oh, yes. A chance to be with that special someone, right? But then there's these two letters that can come in and try to put the block there. That's ED, erectile dysfunction, bad ED. Mess you up, man.
Don't respect ED.
No,
respect
don't respect
the two-letter word no. That's a good... respect that.
Exactly.
But
ED?
No.
Bad.
We don't respect
erectile dysfunction, bad. But good news, Tri-State Men's Health in our area here, experts at treating it, experts with helping you deal with it. So check them out at tristatemenshealth.com. They have two wonderful locations right here in town, very easy to get to, right in Westerville and right there in Hilliard as well. You can high-five fish on your way in and out of the office, because summer is about feeling your best, more energy, and being with that special someone and sharing your love. So check them out, tristatemenshealth.com.
Share your love.
Share the love.
Pete Thamel, ESPN.com. A decision on whether or not to expand the NCAA men's and women's basketball tournaments will be made in the upcoming weeks, sources told ESPN. If the decision is made to expand, the expansion would begin this season, 25-26, per sources, and the tournament would expand to no more than 76 teams. Sources have indicated to ESPN for months that 76 is more likely expansion option than 72, as the current format for men's and women's tournament is 68 teams. Go ahead, Timmy. Go ahead.
So here's the thing with me. I cannot even get to a place in my brain where I can imagine what that bracket is going to look like, adding this many teams, adding 8 more teams to the mix.
We're going to get to 90 plus in a couple of years. You watch.
I still actually view it, even though we're at 68 right now and we have the first 4 in Dayton, I can still sort of picture just that pretty looking 64 team bracket, the way it fits, because we don't really start thinking about that 16 team region until we get past the Dayton rounds. But we made the decision to go to that in 2011, and I think that has worked for what it was. It gives you a couple of extra 16 seeds, so you get a chance for those 16 seeds to actually understand and appreciate what it's like to win at a higher clip, right? We've only had 2 ever since we've been doing this. Virginia took an L, and then Purdue, of course, took a loss right here in Columbus, Ohio. They had a ton of fans. I watched it sitting next to my dad. It was one of the worst days of his life. It was hilarious. I'm kidding, Dad.
Because he was with you or because he's a Purdue fan?
He's such a big Purdue fan. He takes it so personal. But I cannot see this. I don't understand what adding that amount of teams is going to do in the grand scheme to make this a better product. I feel like you're just trying to piggyback off of the college football playoff, adding teams. But it doesn't make any sense. If you look at the percentages of the teams that get to play in this event, and when we talk about percentages of teams that actually have a chance to win a national championship, there's still college basketball having over 340 teams. There's not that many of them, even though the pool gets a little bit bigger because it's a different sport than football. But the idea of this is just ridiculous. Why are we trying to change this? Just keep it the way it is. Dayton can have its thing, and we can have the rest of the tournament the way we always have. Oh, but we have to tinker. We just must.
Timmy, I tend to agree with you, but then again, you and I see eye to eye on this. We thought that maybe we would split the difference here. We have a direct line to the President of the United States. What do you think, Trumpy?
They don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
There you go.
I do understand it, Mr. President. I understand it. No, here's what they're doing. They want more television revenue. This is a big moneymaker for them. It's really the only moneymaker for college basketball.
It's
the only moneymaker for the NCAA because they don't get a slice of the college football playoff money. And so they want to expand. They're going to go to 90-something teams, Timmy. This will happen.
I would just add an entire round then. Stop beating around the bush.
You're sending me mixed messages, too, because you're saying here that you don't want them to go to 76 teams, and yet I'm looking over at you, and you're wearing a Philadelphia 76ers hat today.
It's fun.
You've got 76 right on your hat.
It is.
What are you trying to say, Illuminati boy?
Oh, boy.
They don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
Got this hat playing basketball this past week because...
Papa Shot.
Shooting the rock. No, not just Papa Shot. This was the NBA 3-point challenge in wind conditions. I made 6 out of 12, Mike.
Good for you, buddy.
Not bad.
NBA draft is tonight at 8. Mavs have the number 1 pick. Of course, it's going to be Cooper Flagg. Fan poll, 971thefan.com. Cooper Flagg lives up to the hype, choice number 1, or bust.
Oh, my God.
Choice number 2.
It's just those 2 choices?
I didn't make the poll.
That's just it. The 2
There's
options.
a little bit of a middle ground there.
There is.
Right. I'll leave this up to you.
A big gap right there. I'll go with the first one. He's not going to be a bust.
Okay, what does live up to... When you have a guy of this stature, though, where he is... I know what you mean. Am I wrong in saying he is the equivalent of a Sidney Crosby or a Connor McDavid sort of draft choice in the NHL?
I don't think you're that wrong.
Okay.
I don't think you're that wrong
All
with
right.
that. There could be some argument about that because Sidney Crosby and Connor McDavid, those are...
People are talking about
generational
Cooper Flagg
talents.
being a generational talent.
No, I'll give it to you. We're calling him that.
Cavs fans were having realistic conversations about trading 2 of their starters
to get this guy.
For an opportunity to draft a guy who's never played professional basketball before.
And this is why some wiggle room comes into play here, because for him to be a bust, I think he's got to be out of the league in 8 seasons.
See, that's the thing. We have to define what bust is for a guy like Cooper Flagg. He could play in the league for 12 years and still be considered a bust.
Yeah, if he's only like a 10 per game guy.
If he's just a guy that sort of hangs around, he's, Wally Zerbiak. No offense to Wally Zerbiak, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Right?
And there's a way where even a guy like Cooper Flagg, if he is averaging, 16 to 18 points for his career instead of more in that 21 to 24 point per game spot based on what we've seen and how we scout him, you could maybe consider that to be a bust. I've already said I find this guy bust proof, but I didn't know if he was going to be a perennial all-star. I'm thinking I need to maybe change that to get on the page of it. I think
if he's not a perennial all-star, he's a bust.
For this guy to meet his expectations and his standards, for what we're really talking about, I do think you need to have a 10-time all-star here. That would suffice, right? A 10-time all-star?
Yeah, look, I think
that's consistently
it's
great
fair
every year.
To have different expectations for different players and what the hype is. For example, you have Ohio State, right? Ohio State goes out this year, football, they win 10 games. I think everybody looks at that and says, what the hell was wrong with that team?
Absolutely.
Right? But if Nebraska goes out and win 10 games, they have a ticker tape parade in Cornland.
They do.
They have different expectations.
Yeah.
Cooper Flagg is making the rounds on Good Morning America, and like you said, bust proof. So if this guy comes out and has a nice career, it's probably not good enough.
Right. I'm trying to think of some past and some guys that were busts, but we weren't going to hold a guy like Markelle Fultz wearing the 76ers hat here today to the same standards that we're going to hold a guy like Cooper Flagg to because of what he is. Now, Fultz, of course, couldn't even shoot a basket, and he was a tremendous bust. Ben Simmons is another one of those guys that was pretty big prospect. He, of course, was a bust for where we were scouting him, another 76ers pick 2 years in a row. But Cooper Flagg, Coach K recently called him the best freshman that Duke had ever had. I know he's not coaching the team anymore, but he keeps pretty close tabs and a close watch on what's going on.
If Coach K says that, that's pretty damn good.
If he says that, I forget, he was talking about a trio of players because he called Christian Laettner the best player that Duke had ever had, and that makes sense. And he called Cooper Flagg the best freshman, the best true freshman player that Duke had ever had. And they've had a ton of those. Just a few years before, you had Zion Williamson, who was jumping out of the gym, doing what he's doing. And he's nice. I don't think a lot about Zion Williamson in the NBA, but he's a nice player. I would hope that Cooper Flagg is going to be more impactful and do more than that. And I generally feel he's going to step through that door, and he will be a hell of a player in the league.
We are a couple angry guys today. I mean, well, Jesus.
Oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're angry because you're listening to the show. I was angry because I opened the door today, did not even get a response. Timmy's angry because they're expanding the NCAA tournament. He's also angry about Jay Bilas opening up his yapper. You will hear why coming up in 2 minutes. Yeah. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're going to notice traffic is backing up due to an accident on southbound 71 on the south side after US 62. And traffic is a little slow on southbound 270 on the east outer belt from Livingston Avenue to I-70. This report is sponsored by Lotto.com. Feeling lucky? Lotto.com has digital scratch tickets, tons of games, and instant fun. Scratch now on Lotto.com. Must be 18 or older to play the lottery. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, we're here to help keep you on the road so you can soak up all the summer fun. The road tunes. Take me out to the ball game. Hotel pools. Emergency ice cream stops. The sunscreen and bug spray everywhere.
It's in my eyes.
At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, we're here for it all. So stop in for a quick oil change before you go. Only takes about 15 minutes. No appointment needed.
Going up. Prices keep going up these days. It feels like being on an elevator that only goes up.
Going up.
But not at Metro. We're pushing the down button.
Going down.
We've lowered prices. Get one line of 5G data for $40. Period. That's 20% lower. And you get a free Samsung 5G phone when you bring your number. Only at Metro.
5-year guarantee on eligible plans. Exclusions apply. See website for details. Not available at Metro with T-Mobile in the past 6 months. Tax applies.
The Roofing Guys are your locally owned, trusted family business right here in Central Ohio. They've been hammering quality and service through the roof for over 25 years, offering professional services in roofing, siding, gutters, and more. Contact them at theroofingguys.com. That's theroofingguys.com.
Master Grillers Unite. The grilling season never ends at Billiards Plus. Come see their best-in-class grills for yourself and check out Central Ohio's largest selection of pool tables, game furniture, and shuffleboard. Family-owned and operated. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Common Man and Timmy is sponsored by Hinderer Motorsports. Listen every weekday from 3 to 6. They're good, clean boys. The Fan.
Two men who are not allowed to sleep in the same room as their wives. This is Man and Timmy.
We're going to have name dropping with Jeff Rimmer coming up here today at 5:30. We got the NHL draft.
Sicily.
Sicily. Everybody's in Italy this week.
The homeland of Mama Riccardotti.
How about that?
Well, it's her maiden name is Vernacci.
Vernacci.
So Rimmer's just going around the island yelling that name.
He's looking.
No one's coming up to me. Well, they think you're crazy, number one.
Looking for your relatives.
Vernacci!
Sorry, Rims. Nobody here anymore. So, you ever have that person in the media? I know you've got people in the media that you've always just hated.
Absolutely.
But you've also got to have...
sitting next to one.
For sure. You've also got to have some people that are sort of in the middle, and you can't really put your finger on it if you like this person or if you don't.
Have you met me?
It kind of goes either way.
There's nobody in my middle.
Yeah.
You're either on my list, good, or more likely on my list, bad.
Well, Jay Bilas,
bad.
College basketball analyst.
Don't like him. Arrogant. Rubs me the wrong way.
Well, I'm about to meet you on your side because of some of the comments that I just heard from him. And you've seen it, right? He likes to throw his law degree around a lot. He always just feels, even though he does the 94 feet with Jay Bilas, and he can have some fun, he can have some personality. A lot of times when I'm hearing him, when I'm watching his coverage, it feels like there's an aura about him, maybe a little bit of the holier than thou type of feel that
absolutely.
am the smartest guy in the room. What I say is smarter than what you have to say.
I used to have that problem with Billy Packer.
Billy Packer
just had that attitude about him that he knew everything, and how dare you even question anything that comes out of his mouth.
There's a particular play when Billy Packer must have been in his last few years doing college basketball, and it was a Duke, North Carolina game because they used to have different coverage when you were in the Raleigh-Durham area. You were getting a Raycom sports broadcast, and you weren't getting Dickie V on ESPN. And it was when, you might remember the play, but it was Gerald Henderson of Duke and Tyler Hansbrough, who was just the great player, all hustle guy, all wrapped up into one for UNC. And Henderson, went up and tomahawk chopped him. He punched him right in the face in the final minute and a half of a game that was like a double-digit point lead. They're just trying to get to the end. And Packer just blatantly is telling everybody it's just a good, clean basketball play from
I will
Henderson.
never forget, over
he
at the
punched
shop.
him right in the head. It was ridiculous.
It was before the game. It was a big game. CBS doing the game, so Billy Packer's in town. And they're setting up broadcasting equipment, lights and stuff on the court, right? Mm-hmm. And Billy Packer is walking around on the court, but he's not wearing his credential. Okay?
Yeah.
And he wasn't doing a stand-up shot at this point. I mean, usually what happens is you wear the credential and then you take it off.
If you got to be on
when
TV.
You're going to be on camera,
so
right?
it can be presentable.
But especially when we're dealing with students, because a lot of students there, they're working the game. Mm-hmm. Okay, there are students in charge of, hey, make sure nobody walks anywhere they're not supposed to walk.
Right.
They're given those instructions. And if they don't follow those instructions, that's their ass. Right? They get in trouble.
Yeah.
And so Billy Packer's walking around the court, doesn't have his credential on, isn't talking to anybody, he's sort of by himself. And so one of the students who was working the game came up and asked him who he was. Mm-hmm. He was so offended.
He had to embarrass them, right?
In front of everybody.
Yeah.
Raising his voice, don't you know who I am? I'm Billy Packer. It could have taken 2 seconds for him to say, I'm Billy Packer. I work with CBS.
Here's my credential right here.
These guys over here, they'll vouch for me. But no, he had to make a big show and embarrass this person.
And you probably... That's the thing that I hate. And I know you do, and I do too. I get that we do this job and we joke around a lot. We have a lot of fun. But if someone ever tries to contact us about showing interest or they actually appreciate what we do, I try to give them the time of day. I might miss an email here and there, but I generally try to be positive and tell them first things first, just in God's name, if you can do anything else, please do. But if you've got to come into this business,
don't join the circus.
If you've got to come into this business, I'll do what I can do to give you a recommendation or give you a few tips if you're asking and if you're taking that step. But to ruin it for somebody, I've actually heard Coach K do that a couple of times in press conferences, and I didn't appreciate that. I was sitting in a press conference one day, and St. John's was coming up on the schedule, and you've got student journalists, right?
Yeah.
Who might not have the basketball historical sense that we do, who are 10, 20 years older, and they don't understand that St. John's was a former famous program to that level. Sure, you could look it up, but there's a certain way that you can talk to somebody to maybe kind of teach as you talk instead of embarrass or put people down. And it seems like that's what Packer did in that situation. Instead of just being nice and understanding.
I'm sorry, we're off topic. Jay Bilas, piece of crap.
So Jay's talking about the NBA, and apparently I didn't see this, but he's had some inclusion on covering the NBA as part of his job with ESPN. Obviously, he's made his name, and he was a famous college basketball player for Duke, and he's become a really famous college basketball broadcaster, much more famous than the name he had as a player and being involved with the Duke Blue Devils. But he said that when he did this NBA game, he had great things to say about Doris Burke, and that's fine. But he said doing a game was kind of a pinch me aspect. To me, it was cool. But he didn't just keep it at loving the NBA game. He had to throw in a little dig at college basketball guys. And I know what you're doing. I try to not do this. You know that I'm a college basketball guy. Rhyme time, college basketball guy first. Bone, more of an NBA fan. Matty Ice, more of an NBA fan. I like to let everybody have what they enjoy. I'm not trying to disparage what the NBA is. It seems a little bit weird that you would even have to make this argument, make this point in general, where Bilas says if you prefer college basketball over the NBA, it's not for the basketball. Okay. I know what you're saying. I love it just for the passion, just for the intensity, the fans, the gyms, the environment, the coaches, all of that stuff, which are a lot of great reasons to like it more than the NBA. But I could also like it for the style of basketball. Just because they score fewer points and they're not as good man-to-man, the NBA is a collection of the best players in the world from all the best leagues. Of course, they're better players. You don't have to get on some pedestal and tell me about that. But there's so many more different strategies, how the game is officiated, how they call traveling, how it's more team-oriented than individual. There's literally tons of things about the basketball in the college game.
To your point.
Don't tell me that, Jay.
It's not the fact that he thinks it. It's the fact that he said it.
You got to tell me that.
Right.
And make me feel worse about myself because I love college basketball maybe a little bit more than I do the NBA game.
I love college basketball more than I love the NBA game.
What about the NCAA tournament? That's pretty cool, too.
It is about all those other things. It is about those intangibles. I was having this playful argument with my wife the other night because we were talking about Tate McRae, right?
She's great.
Talking about Tate McRae, and I knew her, but then I forgot about her, and I recently discovered her.
I seen her again.
I seen her again. She was at the F1 movie premiere this week, and my God, her in that dress with that necklace, and she's looking at you with that sultry face. Anywho, so I told Kristen about her, and because I knew she would know who she was because she keeps up with all this stuff. And she goes, meh. I said, what do you mean, meh? What are you talking about?
That's it?
You will sit there and you'll wax poetic about Kate Winslet all day, every single day, but you're not going to give me a little something for Tate McRae?
Right. You can't.
What the hell are we doing here?
You can't acknowledge why. Why not?
Well, if you really just, focus on her face, she's just okay.
I said, well, first of all, that's wrong. But why am I just focusing on her face? She's not just a floating head. There's so much more that encapsulates Tate McRae. There's so much more that makes her great. Yeah, yes, if we're just focusing on maybe basketball skill for basketball skill, you're right.
It's no contest.
Nothing compares with the NBA. Nothing will compare with the NBA. It's the greatest product in the world when it comes to basketball.
NFL's way better than college football.
But we're not just cutting off Tate McRae's head. We're looking at the whole package.
Yeah.
And when you factor that in, I'm sorry. college basketball wins for me. If it doesn't for you, that's great. But I find it odd and hypocritical for a guy that has made his living talking about how wonderful college basketball is, that you're going to crap on someone who says they enjoy the game a little bit more.
You hit on it. Bingo. You hit on it, too. It's one thing to just be saying this in general, and it's a way to sort of divide NBA fans and college basketball fans. I'm not going to do that. I like basketball. To me, it's one of the purest games. It's a sport that I've loved from the time I was 2 feet tall and started playing it on teams as when I was old enough to walk. I don't understand why you make your name in a certain game and then you also want to say things like that pigeon one against the other. Like we understand it, Jay. We know NBA players are better. I think it's kind of cool that the styles are so different. I think it opens it up for a lot more fans to sort of gravitate to what they enjoy a little bit more in the game of basketball.
I want to talk about someone that I really love, and that's Aaron Rodgers. I can't get enough of him.
Me either.
And I'm going to have to say goodbye soon. It's really making me sad. I'm going to tell you why coming up next. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got a couple minutes slowdown on westbound 70 on the west side between West Broad Street and 670, and expect some delay due to an accident that's on East 24th Avenue at Cleveland Avenue. This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, they're all about keeping you on the road to summer fun, to rides, to the beach, even to faraway places. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Summer drives start here. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Guys, listen up. How many of you out there have been diagnosed with sleep apnea? Maybe your partner can't tolerate your snoring every night. You can't stand your CPAP machine. I totally get it. But the good news is there are alternatives to the CPAP machine. And Dr. Mark Levy is here to change your sleep and your life. Trust me, your spouse will thank you later. Dr. Mark Levy can customize an oral appliance that opens your airways, helps you breathe better, and, of course, stops your snoring. That's the main point. It's quick and comfortable and an alternative to those bulky, loud CPAP machines you always hear about. For over 15 years, Dr. Mark Levy has led the way when it comes to treating snoring and sleep apnea, and now he's expanding his practice to better serve his patients with a brand new location in Marysville. I love Marysville. If you're snoring and not sleeping, you need to call Dr. Mark Levy's office today. Do not delay. Schedule your appointment today with Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. That's 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. You can also visit him online at sleepbettercolumbus.com. And now, sleepbettermarysville.com too.
That's are us. When dreams sunk in, that's are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 380-225-BATH.
That's are us. When dreams sunk in, that's are us.
Hey, it's Anthony for my friends at Germain Honda of Dublin. Summer savings, Rich is backing it up. He has rates as low as 0% and leases starting from $249 a month. How about a 25 Honda HR-V LX CVT two-wheel drive? Lease it for only $259 a month. 36 months, 30,000 miles with only $30.39 down. And all trades deserve a sweetener. He's giving you an extra $1,000 for yours. See them for all the details. Germain Honda of Dublin, Sawmill Road, just south of 270.
Going up.
Prices keep going up these days. It feels like being on an elevator that only goes up.
Going up.
But not at Metro. We're pushing the down button.
Going down.
We've lowered prices. Get one line of 5G data for $40, period. That's 20% lower. And you get a free Samsung 5G phone when you bring your number. Only at Metro.
5-year guarantee on eligible plans. Exclusions apply. See website for details. Not available if at Metro with T-Mobile in the past 6 months. Tax applies.
Guys, don't waste your time and money with low-quality online TRT that charges you over $100 just to start. Visit our TRT experts at Low T Center today for a free consultation and free test. Treatment is personalized to your body, and most major insurance is accepted. With the freedom to choose if you want in-center care or at-home treatment, you're in control of your health. Looking to lose weight? Get a free B12 shot when you start prescription treatment. Offer is limited, so book now at fixedbylowt.com. FixMyLowT.com.
The Fan is the official station of summertime. Sipping on a lemonade, the smell of fresh cut grass in the air, and Common Man playing fart noises on the radio.
Was that a fart?
Ah, summer. The Fan, Ohio's summer destination.
Common Man here. Let me tell you something. I'm on these Germain inter-office emails. At Germain Lexus, during the month of June, they've challenged themselves to sell more cars than they ever have in 1 month. What does that mean? Well, I'm stupid, but to me, that means they're willing to deal, baby. And the Memorial cars are on the lot. The ones the golfers drive for the tournament are now available to you. I've been a Germain customer for years, even before I started doing the commercials. If you're in the market, please stop in. Germain Lexus, 2 locations to serve you, Dublin and Easton, GermainLexus.com.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5, win or lose. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. And see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. TNCs apply. Available in app only.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric, and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep your home comfortable. The Fan.
Common Man's wife would rather bang her head up against a wall instead of listening to this show. Timmy's wife is banging the milkman. This is Man and Timmy.
Now, you poo-pooed me earlier today.
What'd I do?
We were out. We were outside, basking in the wonderful weather that we had. And as we were walking in the building, I said to you, I smell rain. I can smell it coming. And you looked at me like, who the hell can smell rain?
Well, I mean, I think you could look up in the sky and see that it was cloudy and dark and maybe surmise that some rain could be on the way. Or look at the forecast.
It was not cloudy and dark. We did not have rain clouds overhead, but I could feel it.
Yeah.
I could feel it in my plums.
I feel it deep down in my plums.
And you dismissed me. You poo-pooed me.
Take them to the farmer's market.
And now outside?
It rained.
Cats and dogs living together? Mass hysteria.
Yeah. Hysteria. We need this because with this heat wave, I mean, I was looking at my grass the other day thinking about how
we'll take
this
some
is the
rain.
last time I'm going to see it green.
I could do without the violent storms.
Yes.
We don't need that.
A little bit of rain would be fine. And also maybe not 100-degree heat. That would be good, too.
Aaron Rodgers says this is probably his last year. And then he says,
thank God,
he's going to go into hiding and you'll never see him again because he doesn't like publicity. And I read that thinking that there must have been some sort of follow-up or chuckle to that statement. I mean, this is a guy that does a weekly thing with McAfee. I'm sure it's just a favor, right? Just a favor.
Yeah, they don't just do like 5 or 10 minutes, right? They do a half an hour? I don't know, because I don't watch the Rodgers segment.
Peyton Manning played with this guy, but he doesn't do a weekly segment with him, but whatever. So Aaron Rodgers on there. Aaron Rodgers tried out to be the host of Jeopardy. Aaron Rodgers toyed with the idea of being RFK Jr.'s vice president. Aaron Rodgers, every time there's a microphone in front of his face, wants to tell you about some sort of asinine conspiracy theory that he believes in. He will go on other people's podcasts, not just McAfee's podcast.
Makes claims about people that become major headlines, and then he sits there at a press conference and accuses his other teammates of welcoming in distractions. It's really fascinating what Aaron Rodgers has become. As a sports fan, I feel a little bit bad about it because as a player, a pure player, he's one of the great quarterbacks that we've seen in the last quarter century.
Why do these things have to go hand in hand, though?
They don't. I'm just saying. I'm just compartmentalizing just for the sake of the argument here. I cannot wait to see him go away. And it's too bad that I feel that way about one of the great talents that we've ever seen throwing the football. But he's so obnoxious to me with all the contradictions that he makes.
Remember this,
I can't wait for him to disappear, but he's not going to.
Aaron Rodgers, early in his career, he was sort of thought of as the underdog. He was sitting there in the draft room, people feeling sorry for him.
That's right.
Then Brett Favre doesn't want to give any of the spotlight back to Aaron Rodgers, and he becomes this sympathetic figure. But the reality is, Aaron Rodgers has always been this guy. he's always been this unlikable a-hole. And maybe the first clue should have been when we learned that
his family doesn't enjoy him.
He doesn't talk to anyone in his family. You know, and he's like, what family doesn't have struggles? It's like, yeah, but
we all have struggles, right?
There's
But we
that,
talk.
And then
we
there's
love each other.
I won't even text you or email you or return your phone calls or leave some tickets to see my game or any of that. And that was weird. And now he's taken that. I mean, he's shown us who he really is.
The only other one like that gets me is good old, and again, he's a known a-hole, and that's Patrick Reed, the golfer who defected to LIV. There was a story, he won the Masters, you know, that he was a former champ, and he is, I can't remember if he grew up in Augusta or if he just played at the university there, Augusta State University, but there was a story that came out that week about how his mom and dad were just there in the town. I think his mom and dad live in Augusta, and they felt unwanted and that they couldn't even go to the tournament. It was so sad to think about it that way. And that's Patrick Reed. And apparently Aaron Rodgers had some of that with him too.
By the way, speaking of
he's
sad,
not going to go away.
A White Sox fan made Diamondback second baseman Ketel Marte cry last night after taunting him about his dead mom. So his mom died in a car accident in 2017.
That is disgusting.
This fan starts heckling him, and he's brought to tears, this guy. The fan is kicked out, and I guess he was remorseful for his actions, but the White Sox have banned him. And I was talking to my wife about this story this morning.
What is with your fans there?
That's the thing,
Jesus.
man. Jesus is right.
This is the team that the Pope enjoys?
We
You've
really
got
know
fans?
how to pick them, don't we? Either White Sox fans are jumping on the field and stabbing a first base coach, or jumping on the field and assaulting an umpire. Both those things happened. Or heckling a guy to the point where he cries, or sneaking a gun in with their fat rolls and shooting in the place. Jeez. What the hell? You know what? Go. Move to Nashville. Move away. Put me out of my misery. Bunch of miserable SOBs.
What would your team be? We don't have a team in Central Ohio.
I wouldn't have a team anymore.
Choose from.
I would be
with Ted's Reds?
No, I would be a... You know, I say this to my wife. If my wife ever passes away and I'm still of relatively young age, I'm never getting married again. All right?
No.
I'm just saying, I was married. Mm-hmm. That's my wife forever. But I'm going to sleep around a lot.
Are you sure about that?
Well, I'm going to try. That's what I would do as a baseball fan.
Hey,
I'm never getting married again.
Good luck.
I'm never getting married again, but I'm going to sleep around a lot. Yeah. I'll hang out with Teddy. We'll go to Reds games together. I'll put that hat on for the day. I'll have a big red Smoky. Right?
Free agent, right?
We'll have a good time.
Yeah. You could be like Ric Flair.
If you invite me,
whoever's got a deal for you,
to one of the teams you root for, an Orioles game,
Royals,
I'll go right there.
You, me, and Whit Merrifield.
Crab cake sandwich? Sure.
Crab mac and cheese.
I'm not getting married again, but I will sleep around. Jeremiah Smith has a big flex. I'll tell you why coming up next. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got a 10-minute slowdown due to an accident that's blocking the left lane on southbound 71 on the north side at 17th Avenue. It's a little slow from Cook Road, and there's a couple-minute delay due to some flooding in the left lane on the North Outer Belt for 270 between US 23 and 315. This report is sponsored by the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been at the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more about research, education, and support at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Men, the summer is here. Longer days, warmer nights, and romance in the air. Intimate dinners, walks on the beach, dancing in the moonlight. But if you have erectile dysfunction, you know it can ruin romance, both for you and the one you love. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health. And if you have ED, don't let another summer go by without getting treated. Because intimacy is one of the greatest things in life. And fear of not being able to perform should not be something you have to deal with. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're ED experts. We've successfully treated tens of thousands of men. Our protocols work when others don't, and we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. You could even last up to an hour or more and perform like you haven't in years. And for a limited time, we're offering new patients a free first visit to help you get back to feeling like the man you're meant to be. This includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 2 convenient Columbus area locations in Hilliard and Westerville.
Hollywood Casino Columbus is bringing the funny this summer. Tiffany Haddish takes the mic on Friday, July 18th with the Funny and Fearless Tour. Then Dion Cole Live hits the stage Friday, September 5th for a night of nonstop laughs. 2 comedy icons, 2 unforgettable nights. Get your friends, grab a drink, and get ready to laugh all night long. Big names, big laughs, only at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Tickets available at Ticketmaster. Visit HollywoodColumbus.com for more details. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
This summer, Giant Eagle is making a big splash with a carefree summer sweepstakes and your chance to win free groceries for a year. This June, just spend $10 or more shopping for backyard barbecues, road trip essentials, campfire treats, and everything in between. Then swipe your loyalty card for your chance to win. Only at Giant Eagle. No purchase necessary. Sweepstakes ends 6/30/25. For official rules, visit gianteaglecarefreesweeps.com.
Used car prices are sky high. Families paying top dollar today. Don't waste time selling it yourself. Any car, any truck, any year, we want it now. No games, no waiting, just cash. Get to Valley before the market drops.
ValleySuperstore.com. This summertime, it's Modelo time. Whether you're poolside or curbside, kick it with an ice cold Modelo. Time to fire up the grill and turn up. Time to reach for a crisp Modelo or the refreshing lime and salt flavors of Modelo Chelada. Time to raise one to summer, and time to stock up on Modelo before summer is gone. Drink responsibly. Beer and flavored beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Let's be honest, we could all use a little vacation from the ordinary. But with Tim Hortons' new refreshers, you don't need to pack your bags. Just sip, relax, and enjoy your refreshing 16-ounce vacation. With tropical mango packed with real pineapple and mango pieces. And strawberry watermelon kiwi featuring real pieces of strawberry and kiwi. Also, try it with lemonade or coconut milk. A choose-your-own taste bud adventure. Head to Tim's for the new refreshers. Your 16-ounce vacation awaits. Only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants.
He shoots, he scores! No matter your sport, it's a great time of year to be a fan. But the fun stops when you or a loved one can't control your gambling. At Maryhaven, we're here to help. Whether it's gambling, drugs, alcohol, or mental health, you don't have to go it alone. With in-person, virtual, and group options, Maryhaven meets you where you are. Always judgment-free. Go to maryhaven.com today. That's maryhaven.com.
Well, these polymers aren't as flexible as batch K3.
Researcher Laurie is stretched thin.
Did you get the vulcanization analytics from V66? Wait, are these rubber scores from last week?
She needs to hire new lab technicians so she can bounce back into her old self.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our matching platform lets you spend less time searching and more time connecting with candidates. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
For a lot of us, saving up a down payment can be the biggest barrier to buying a home. So Rocket Mortgage is lowering down payments to 1% for eligible home buyers with OnePlus. Because everyone deserves their shot at the American dream. Call 800-4ROCKET or visit rocket.com to get a head start on your starter home.
Rocket Mortgage, LLC. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 3030.
Sometimes I hear a sparkling sound.
Like when we say, all you have to do is point?
There it is.
That's the sound of magic happening.
Magic like we can come the day you call us? Wow.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOTJUNK.com.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan.
Good afternoon. I'm Paul Keels, part of a busy week for Columbus Crew. They host Atlanta United tonight at Lower.com Field. That match scheduled to start
At 7:30, baseball, Cleveland Guardians looking to bounce back into the win column as they continue their series at home with Toronto tonight. Cincinnati Reds going for a series sweep as they host the New York Yankees this evening. Columbus Clippers continue their road series at Iowa. First round of the NBA draft tonight with Duke's Cooper Flagg expected to be taken with the first pick by Dallas. According to reports, the NCAA is expected to improve, increasing the college basketball season from 31 to 32 games beginning in 2026 and 27. Ohio State's women's team announcing they'll play Thanksgiving week in the Bahamas in the Pink Flamingo Classic. This update brought to you by RCD RV Supercenter, located in Heath, Delaware, and Pataskala, or at rcdrv.com. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
There's a greater than 0% chance Common Man gets fired before this show is over. You're listening to Man and Timmy.
Hop in the YouTube chat. Yes, we're on YouTube. You can watch us and listen to us. Just go to YouTube, search Common Man and Timmy. Mod Atomic. We were talking about Aaron Rodgers in the last segment, how I think he's a piece of garbage. Aaron Rodgers is authentic. People don't like that. Well, you can say that about any giant piece of crap, can't you? Yes, he's authentic. He's showing himself. He's speaking his truth. That's what I hear from people. And I hate him and his truth and his authentic self. You know who else is really authentic, speaking his truth? The supreme leader of Iran. He believes everything that he says.
Yes.
He speaks his truth. He's very authentic. And I, judging a person on what they say, can look at that and say, this guy,
look,
this is not my kind of guy.
Not my kind of guy. Thank you, Frank Costanza. I look at it this way. We've all got friends from high school that we've grown up and we find out more and more about each other as we get older because we never really discussed these things as we were youngsters growing up. But then when we get into our real lives, we're experiencing different things. We're involved in different things. We have to pay attention to certain issues, political and not. But you choose how much, as you say, of your truth you want to share publicly outside of your close-knit circle, friends and family. Some people just blast it right out there on Facebook for every single person to see. And a lot of it can be pretty divisive, really opinionated, and sometimes it can step over lines. And you know what? If you are choosing to put all of that stuff out there for everybody to see, then we all get to form our own opinions about you as well.
Don't be surprised.
It goes both ways.
When people have reactions to your authentic self.
That's how it goes. You got to be okay with that. Aaron Rodgers has taken this to such great lengths now and will say anything about anything. I have a little bit of a problem if he has a problem. Like, you shouldn't have a problem now with people having certain opinions about you. That's how that goes. You've chosen to do that. Peyton Manning doesn't go out there and do this stuff. He's the funny guy. He does commercials. He has good-natured ribbings with his brother Eli doing their show.
He could be at home doing research on the lizard people right now. I have no idea.
I mean, he lives in Denver, doesn't he? He could be one of the leads. I mean, his forehead's big enough.
He's not
He's
talking
some kind of
about
lizard person.
He lives underneath the Denver airport.
He's under the Bronco.
Jeremiah Smith. He's good, right? I like him.
I like him. He's not good. This guy is going to go down as the best wide receiver to ever play football here.
In the new EA Sports College Football 26 video game, the sophomore wide receiver is a 99 overall rating. He is the first 99 overall since EA Sports relaunched its college football franchise.
What, last year? Wasn't that last year was the first year, right?
It was, but Travis Hunter was the main guy last year in the game. He had a score of 98.
Okay. We see Jeremiah's one up from a Travis Hunter, and he only plays one position.
Jeremiah Smith is a 99. And if you're saying, what's a video game? It doesn't matter. You tell these guys it doesn't matter.
Oh, they care.
These guys care.
Yeah,
they care in the NFL. They care what their rating is. I seen it.
You seen it?
I seen it. NFL players actually get in contact with the people who run Madden, EA Sports people, protesting their rating.
There's not just guys that protest their rating. I want to say here in the last month, there was an NFL player said that he's not going to play the game.
Right. He's boycotting it.
Protesting the game because they don't have his speed rating to where it is supposed to be. So they take it to an even greater length. It's got to be so cool to be a college football player right now for a million reasons, right? Obviously, getting paid, that's the biggest thing where you're a guy like Jeremiah Smith. It's a difference between maybe some $100 handshakes, some hush-hush type of stuff here and there, to being a full-blown millionaire. And you don't have to hide anything about it.
We were talking about Chris Henry Jr. the other day. Chris Henry Jr. is still in high school. He's in an Adidas commercial.
I'm good with that.
Let him live.
I'm good with that.
You know that once upon a time.
How does that work depending on where you go to high school? Can the athletic associations block that, that kind of NIL?
They can. It depends on the state.
Because that's not pay for play, in my opinion. That's just you're a really popular guy and Adidas wants to sign you. That's not like you're getting paid to play football. You're getting paid because you're a really popular entity.
Once upon a time, I was in a video game that nobody bought.
What are you talking about?
Called Buckeye.
What you mean?
Buckeye Trivia Explosion. It was officially licensed.
That's made up.
I was the guy who asked the questions. I was like the narrator, the quiz guy.
What?
The you don't know Jack guy in this Buckeye Trivia Explosion. I think it was just a computer game.
Oh, hi. Tell me who was the MVP of the 2002
I was
Championship
much
game.
younger. My voice was probably very high and obnoxious, but I was in it.
Wow.
I don't have a copy of it. I used to. I think it went away. But if you do have a copy of it, I would be very happy to take one of those off your hands. I'll pay you for it. A little keepsake for me.
That's pretty cool. That is actually a pretty cool thing. It's like, Brandon Gaudin, who goes from, calling minor league baseball to calling football games with James Laurinaitis. Then all of a sudden, he's the voice of Madden football. Him and Charles Davis, I believe. Now he's doing the Braves. He's doing Madden. You were doing a video game, too. You're just like him.
I'm not just like him.
Back to Jeremiah Smith for a quick second.
I'm sorry.
Did you see this, that he sold – people were making a big deal out of this on social media. He bought a pair of pants.
Very pants he was returning.
He did return those pants, or he resold those pants. This is such a high dollar item. I had never heard of this brand before, but Google up Chrome Hearts. Chrome Hearts is a brand of pants.
Chrome with a K or a C?
With a C. Just how you spell Chrome and just how you spell Hearts. And the first couple of listings that I see from various sites, these are going from $1,000 to $18,000
Founded
for a pair of pants.
1988 in Los Angeles.
They're that old, huh?
By a guy named Richard Stark.
Richard
Stark.
Stark Industries. So he apparently bought a pair for $10,500.
What, a pair of what?
Pants. Chrome Hearts jeans.
Pants. Look, I've heard of some expensive clothes before.
You have. We were looking at some fine Italian goods.
Oh, absolutely. Handmade in Italy.
At your desk, they were
Brunello Cucinelli.
$10,000 to $20,000 sweaters.
I don't see jeans on here. It says Baccarat. What the hell does that mean?
You might not be on the right thing.
Underwear, socks, scarf, eyewear. No, this is it.
It says official website of Chrome Hearts, fine jewelry, accessories, shoes, fragrance, and home goods made in the USA. Chrome Hearts bottoms. Maybe there's a different website. I'm looking at pairs right here, and there's video of Jeremiah Smith on the internet in a shop where he is having a discussion with somebody about reselling these pants. I don't know what the issue was with him or why he wanted to sell them, but either way, he actually got into it. They were haggling over what he was going to sell these pants, the very pants he bought for $10,500.
He bought okay.
And he lost a little bit on this deal, but the coin flip actually came down to, am I going to get $6,000 for this pair of pants or $4,000 for this pair of pants? Smith won the coin toss, so he wound up getting $6,000 back for these pants that he got. And people are going nuts about this because we're in this world now where a guy like him, we're here talking about Ohio State where Tatgate was a thing and exchanging some goods. I mean, selling gold pants. He's just selling a pair of jeans.
I know.
And he gets to make the money because
I saw
it's fine now.
Urban was making noise about this week, saying he still holds the grudge because he couldn't play for a national championship in 2012. And,
yeah, I saw that too.
I get it. I understand. And it's a sore spot for me too. But we can't apply rules of the past to today.
That's where I'm at.
We can acknowledge that they were stupid, right? We can acknowledge that it never should have happened, but it doesn't mean you retroactively go back. What are you going to do?
It was against
Get
the
in
rules.
the DeLorean?
It was against the rules at the time,
okay,
right?
let's retroactively go back and take away Jim Tressel's 5-year show cause penalty, which I'm sure was a big waste of time and a giant piece of crap. He's the lieutenant governor now. He was the president of a university. Does that make anybody feel better? The reality is we can't go back in time and play that national title game against Notre Dame.
And
Can't do it.
I get it. The things that the Ohio State athletes were taking advantage of, it did not give them any kind of competitive advantage. If we want to continue to have those discussions as college football fans, that's fine, right? But what they did at the time, those benefits, they couldn't have them, all right? They were impermissible. You can say that that's dumb.
It was dumb.
We can all say
but
that that's
was
stupid.
The rules then.
Those were the dumb rules. The NCAA has always been dumb. They've been dumb at enforcing things.
And they'll be dumb
been
again.
Dumb at creating the rule book.
They're
They'll
dumb
still be.
now. Just that we don't listen to their dumb anymore.
I'm drunk now.
The Buckeye basketball team got worse in a month, even though they haven't done anything. I'm going to tell you why coming up next. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
There's an accident that's blocking 2 lanes and causing a 30-minute delay on southbound 315 after Henderson Road. We also have stop-and-go traffic that's causing a 20-minute delay on westbound 161 between Hamilton Road and 270 on the East Outer Belt. This report is sponsored by the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been at the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more about research, education, and support at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org. I'm Nicole on 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, we're here to help keep you on the road so you can soak up all the summer fun. The road tunes. Take me out to the ball game. Hotel pools. Emergency ice cream stops. The sunscreen and bug spray everywhere. At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, we're here for it all. So stop in for a quick oil change before you go. Only takes about 15 minutes. No appointment needed.
There's a huge focus in America today about your health, and you're determined to look beyond the pills. You don't want to have surgery, because I know I didn't. So you want to talk to the person that's in pain right now? Well, that was me. Maybe it's you, maybe it's someone you love, and maybe you've done everything you can. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter for my friends at QC Kinetics. They're different. They're not about those quick fixes. This isn't going to be some shot that's going to make you feel better. It's not a surgery that's going to put you on the shelf. They're about long-term relief. This is regenerative medicine we're talking about right here. Your own body's healing properties to heal the damaged tissue at the cellular level. QC Kinetics, they've helped tens of thousands of people, so many of them right here in the Columbus area and across the country. They'd be honored to help you just like they helped me with my knee, just like they helped my dad. Here's what they're going to do. They're not going to mask the pain. They're going to go to the source of it. So go check them out at qckinetics.com/Columbus to see if you're a good candidate, or give them a call at 380-228-4544. They've got offices in Dublin and in Gahanna and newly in Canal Winchester and Grove City.
This just in from the Lindsay Honda Newsroom. It's our big anniversary sale. 0% for up to 60 months has been extended on all new Hondas. Drive a new 2025 CR-V LX all-wheel drive with 0% financing.
Lower your rate, lower your payment.
Save thousands on hundreds of new Hondas when you buy now.
With so many Hondas, why would you go anywhere else?
Shop the big, the beautiful Lindsay Honda now. Visit lindsayhonda.com for details.
When was the last time you had your plumbing inspected? Small issues such as tiny leaks or old water heaters can quickly turn into big problems if they're not caught early. Take action with Logan Services and schedule a free plumbing safety inspection to help keep your home running smoothly. Schedule your free inspection now and experience the fast, friendly service you've come to expect from Logan Services.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
You can save big on 12 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up. Select varieties or buy 2, get 2 free with your card. Limit 8. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
All your favorite fan shows are on YouTube, along with those fake YouTube ads like Chew This Gum and It Grows New Teeth. Experience the splendor of Bo sitting in his closet, Timmy Hall's gouty gold chains, and Matty Ice wearing a coat in 90-degree weather. It's all there. Head to YouTube and subscribe today.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty. Do you want to sell your property, however, you need a little help getting through the process? Let's say you have years of belongings in the home. It needs a lot of updating, you're overwhelmed, and you may need help finding a place to go. I will help you. Visit us today at TurboTrackRealty.com or call me now for an all-cash offer and, more importantly, the help you need at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Does heel pain make you hobble just getting out of bed in the morning? If heel pain is affecting your ability to exercise and meet your walking or running goals, relief is as close as your local podiatrist. Podiatric physicians are highly trained doctors who specialize in medical and surgical treatment of the foot and ankle. Ohio Foot and Ankle podiatric physicians are available across the state and are devoted to providing the highest quality foot and ankle care. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
With Amazon Business, smart business buying tools enable buyers to find and purchase items fast. Free up your teams and focus on your future. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Hot and humid and stormy on this Wednesday, and some of those storms bringing hail, high winds, and very heavy rain. Temperatures around 90 degrees. Overnight down to the low 70s, a warm and muggy start. And again, we'll see showers and storms popping up later in the day. Some can be strong to severe. Temperatures around 90 once again. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
The ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus is the official sportsbook of Common Man and Timmy. Weekdays at 3. The Fan.
One has pizza sauce for blood. The other is Rachel Maddow. You're listening to Common Man and Timmy.
Please subscribe to the podcast of this stupid show. It's available wherever you get your podcast. Just search Common Man and Timmy. Click subscribe. Every single show comes right to your device free of charge. The podcast brought to you by our friends Care Heating and Cooling.
It's their time to shine right now.
I saw this viral story. Everybody's talking about this story and it's so sweet and everything. I mean, it's nice, but if you actually read the story, it ain't that nice. So a police officer pulls over a dude for speeding and learns that he's going to a funeral. And he's having a bad day, and he's going to a funeral, and he's got this tie on that he can't tie properly. And so the officer, he gets out of the car, and then the officer ties the tie for him. You know, and it's a nice little image. It's like, hey, humanity exists and all this other stuff. You know, it's all well and good. It was nice. And then, like, the last thing in the story is they still gave the dude a speeding citation. It's not like they let him, sorry, your gammy died and you can't tie this. I'm still going to make you pay this ticket. I mean, it's a nice story. It could have been nicer if you just say, you know what, homie, today, warning.
Seriously. Like, why? You found out the reason.
He was going 180. I don't know.
Yeah, okay. That could be the difference. Zach Edey was going 120 in his Kia Sportage, so you still had to give him the ticket.
Ohio State basketball got worse. Nothing happened, but they got worse. So 1 month ago, Joe Lunardi listed Ohio State men's basketball as a number 4 seed in the upcoming NCAA tournament. You know, the one in 2026?
Were we not shocked by that, though?
In March. Well, of course you were shocked by that.
shocked by that because they haven't made the tournament in a few
you and
years.
I both said, what's Joe Lunardi smoking? And he's got a new, updated one now. NCAA tournament projection. The Buckeyes have dropped to a 6 seed. So nothing has happened.
Oh, no.
But they suck. They've dropped from a 4 seed to a 6 seed. Teddy,
do you know how little I care about these projections right now?
We got to address what's going on with this Buckeye basketball team. Just in a month to drop 2 seeds like that.
That's terrible. What are they doing over there?
They don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
Thank you, Trumpy.
You tell them.
You tell them.
No, they had
mess you up.
They had some media availability this week, and so I was going back and listening to some of the things that Bruce Thornton and John Mobley and Devin Royal had to say. We touched on this briefly on yesterday's show, but I don't know, Mike. This is why I know I still feel good about being a fan, because I still do care. I still am excited for them, and maybe maybe you guys have to tell me. It's like what we said we'd do for you. When the time comes, we're going to take you out back, just close to the fence line back there. At the
look
back
what
of
we
our
found.
property.
There's somebody abandoned a pizza over here, and then you just shoot me in the head. I'm none the wiser.
Just silencer, you're out back there. Maybe this is me with Buckeye basketball. I don't think so, though, because I see the guys that are returning. I know how difficult it is to keep the roster
here's the problem
construction
with you.
in this day and age.
It's not a problem. It's before you started hosting this show with me, your principal job was hosting the Buckeye Show, and you were involved with the program over there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
the Buckeye Show is in cooperation with ourself, 97.1 The Fan, and Learfield Sports.
It's sort of halvesies.
Has the broadcast connection with Ohio State. And so there's a certain line that you have to straddle when you do a show like that. And so you are more embedded in the program. You're talking to these people. You're caring. You're getting to know them on a personal level. And so you desperately want them to succeed, not just because you're a fan, but because you want them to have personal happiness and personal success. Now that you're hosting with me, we're going to knock all that compassion right out of you, buddy. You're not going to have that anymore. You're just going to be here saying, where's the results? Win a game, losers!
I am sure that I'm going to get everybody over there to hate me before long. But no, it's not going to be my intent. And look, my intention throughout the years that I was doing that show, and obviously when I'm covering Buckeye basketball, is I want to be, if you're hearing me when you are leaving the arena and something bad happened in that game or something that you can't really explain, I know I'm doing network radio, but I'm also trying to be critical at the same time. I might not be calling for a firing of someone right after a game, but I am doing my job to the best that I can do to convey what you felt out there. I do think at some point I got Chris Holtman to hate me, so I guess I did that, but I don't know.
Chris Holtman got everybody to hate him.
And look,
after a period of time,
I liked him. Like everybody has said, right? He was one of the best head coaches to deal with, to work with. Really friendly guy. We just came to a point, and I wanted it to happen. I thought it was a good hire at the time where you took somebody.
We both did.
Where you took a guy that was an up-and-comer in the biz, and with whatever else was out there and the timing of Thad Matta's departure, it was pretty good. Butler basketball was meaning something. They had Brad Stevens just exit. Holtman took over 2 tournaments and a Sweet 16. And look, he got started, and it was going well, and then before you knew it, it wasn't. And at a big place like Ohio State, I think we know decisions have to be made. And what I like about Jake Diebler is he will not shy from that. And I think he knows, which is why they've got that mantra now, winning over everything. They are trying to get rid of the distractions and just win basketball games. And hey, if the tournament expands, you have to make the tournament. If it's even by 8 teams, if it expands, you must go.
We were talking about interventions and how you just want to take me out back and shoot me in the head at some point.
Yeah.
I think we have to have a conversation. You sent me a video last night. Now, most of the videos that you send me on Instagram have a certain quality to them, and it involves jugs and asses.
Okay.
All right?
There's more. I am more.
You are more than that.
There's more to me.
And so
than
sometimes it's inappropriate Norm Macdonald clips. Sometimes it's what you sent me last night, which is it's some concert footage from a recent Guns N' Roses show.
They're doing this now.
In Europe. They're playing Wembley Stadium tomorrow night. I mean, they're...
Tomorrow.
Axl Rose, who has taken a sandblaster to his face, which, hey, man, getting old's hard. I got it. I understand. Men and women used to be a thing. Now you're just a gross old man. The video that you sent me was not... I mean, he was singing, but he wasn't singing. The best that I can say to you is he was making sounds.
It was, what I call it is squeaking. I am not kidding. If folks, if you are not up to speed on Guns N' Roses,
figure out what song it was.
I think it was Coma, and maybe you guys will find the same clip on Instagram if you just if you put in Axl Rose into your Instagram looking
Teddy,
glass.
maybe you can find this and just. You send it to Teddy.
I'm going to send.
And he'll play it.
Teddy, I'm going to send this to you.
I got to tell you. Look, I've talked about John Bon Jovi. He can't sing anymore. And look, when you're a younger man, that higher vocal range, it's easier to get to. I understand. But at a certain point, Vince Neil can't sing anymore. He just makes noises. But at least he tries to form words. Axl Rose, if you didn't know any better, you thought he was having a stroke last night.
You and I could go up on stage and do that. Whatever
we
that
could do
is.
Better than that.
Probably better. You had a show about 6 months ago where you just sang Bon Jovi. And it wasn't good, but it was better than Axl Rose doing his own bit. I mean, just
I of course have an affinity for Guns N' Roses. I use this song on the show every single day. All right, little Paradise City. I end the show. Last segment of the show has been this bump music for the last 20 years of my existence at this radio station. And to hear him just making squeak noises, Slash has got to sneak up behind him and just beat him to death.
I assume Slash is still in there. I'm trying to...
Are they getting along now?
I hope so. I can't imagine. And tickets for this are, of course, well into the hundreds.
I know.
And we talked about it, your claim about the Jersey Shore. You're hating on the Jersey Shore. Shame on you. But people still
shame
go...
Shame on you.
Shame on you. Come on. It's a great place.
Shame on me?
Saltwater taffy.
Fool, we can't get fooled again.
Old saying in New Jersey. Maybe it's in Tennessee. But that has to be it for Guns N' Roses. You imagine...
People are buying tickets for this.
You think about the tracks, and when you listen to the original tracks, yes, Welcome to the Jungle is going to slay, right? When you just throw on the original track. And a lot of the other ones, too. You're going to love it. But I'm sorry, it's different. I can't imagine that I'd be dying to go see Billy Joel if he can't sing. And now I know he's going through some issues, and I hope he winds up being okay.
He canceled his shows.
Yes, but this is not... First of all, Billy, I think, is way older than Rose at this point.
Oh, Billy's 75 years old, 76 years old.
I thought that he would be mid-70s, late 70s. He's only 62. I don't think 62 is the new 50 these days. Tom Cruise is still doing stunts, hanging onto airplanes.
But who's the idiot?
Pumping films out.
Him for going out there and doing it? Or the people like us for buying tickets to go see it?
It's the people that are paying.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
They should get together, put together a tour that says, We Can't Sing Tour. It's Motley Crue, it's Guns N' Roses, it's Bon Jovi. They all go out, none of them can sing, and they'd probably charge $9,000 a ticket, and we would go and be like, yeah! Show me your boobies!
Welcome to jungle, welcome to jungle.
What you're doing is better than what he was doing.
You're in the jungle, baby.
You're gonna die! I wish I was dead.
My God, I saw another thing on Instagram after that played, and apparently Rick Springfield, he's just in great shape, just slaying it. And then Sammy Hagar was messaging right below that, commenting on what a guy he is and how dedicated, how he's in the gym every single day, working at it, singing Jesse's Girl for everybody.
That's fine. At a certain point, though, your vocal cords are what they are.
Right. And you have to just step aside, give it up. You had a great run.
The best donuts in the country are close. I saw this today. I got excited. Timmy and I are going to take a little road trip. Best donuts in the country, close by. We'll talk about it in 2 minutes.
Yes.
Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
Traffic is moving slow due to an accident that's blocking the left lane if you're on eastbound 270 on that north outer belt after US 23. And there's a 15-minute slowdown on northbound 71 on the north side between I-70 and Hudson Street. This report is sponsored by COSI. Unofficial Galaxies. Star Wars exhibit open through Labor Day. Unofficial Galaxies has arrived and is now open at COSI through Labor Day. An incredible collection of characters, stunning designs from one of the most beloved sci-fi franchises of all time. Unofficial Galaxies now open at COSI. Get your tickets now at cosi.org. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by RCDRV Supercenter in Heath, Delaware, and Pataskala, or at rcdrv.com.
Hey guys, don't waste time and money with low-quality online TRT that charges you over $100 just to start. Visit the TRT experts today at Low T Center for a free consultation and free test. The treatment is personalized to your body, and most major insurance is accepted. And you'll get the freedom to choose if you want in-center care or at-home treatment. Looking to lose weight? Get a free B12 shot when you start prescription treatment. The offer is limited, so book now at fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com.
It's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place. Leslie, what's that hot lamp against your window for?
Pella windows are tested up to 160 degrees, Wilson, to ensure efficiency and the lowest energy bills possible, even in the craziest of temperatures. Put your hand on there.
All right. God, that's hot.
On the window, Wilson.
Oh, hey, that is quite nice and cool. So I'm going to go grab some ice now.
Get the window that Columbus homeowners rated #1 for innovation at PellaColumbus.com.
Common Man and Timmy talking to you about the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
Our guys at Hollywood are pulling out all the stops for summertime fun, live bands, food trucks, and more fun on select Saturdays.
Are they still doing the all-you-can-eat ribs?
Oh, yes, ribs. Tuesdays and Thursdays in June at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook.
Join Penn Play Rewards and play up to $500 on us. Not Hollywood. Timmy and I are paying for it.
No, we're not. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Common Man and Timmy is sponsored by Hinderer Motorsports. Listen every weekday from 3 to 6. They're good, clean boys. The Fan.
If the authorities looked at their Instagram accounts, they'd be arrested immediately.
Daddy, what are you doing?
You're listening to Common Man and Timmy.
Name dropping with Jeff Rimmer coming up at 5:30. He's in Sicily today.
Wow.
So he'll be joining us. It'll be the middle of the night in Sicily. I told him, Rims, go to bed.
That's nice of him.
You don't have to do this. Nope, I must do it. The draft is on Friday. Okay. Draft is on Friday, so Rimmer will be here 5:30 tonight. Do we have that Axl Rose?
Yeah, Teddy, I sent it to you. I slung it to you in the break. Speaking of Instagram.
Trying to access it.
Okay,
I don't have access
all right,
to
we'll get
Instagram
it.
in here.
Oh, man.
You sent me a video of Axl Rose singing in Europe from this past week. And I said, singing? That's wrong. He's just making dolphin noises. He squeaks. Maybe clicks. That sounds like Michael McDonald.
You don't know me, but I'm your brother.
The best donuts in the country, according to USA Today's 10 Best Reader's Choice Awards, is a place called Donald's Donuts in Zanesville.
Donald's Donuts in Zanesville?
Yes, Donald's Donuts. They've been serving up sweet treats and family tradition since 1960. 3 generations in. The hometown favorite continues to bring in crowds, and this week, fans of local business have been lining up early to show their support. So many people showed up that they completely sold out by 10:30 in the morning.
Whoa.
I do like this quote from the owner. His name is Tom something.
Tom Modell.
It's been exciting.
And?
He says, I'm under no delusions that I have the best donuts in America, but I do have the best fan base in America. So it's been exciting. It's a wonderful thing, but it's all due to the community.
I appreciate a comment like that.
Me
because
too. I don't know if he means it, but I like it.
When you're talking about pizza, when you're talking about donuts, it's like when Teddy asked you in the rapid fire, or maybe that wasn't rapid fire, but yesterday. There's an old saying in Tennessee. Maybe
that was rapid fire.
It was one of those things. And you can't pick a favorite pizza because they're all good. And to try to determine the best pizza, it's in essence with Pizza Madness too. We're out there to find the greatest pizza in Columbus, but depending on how well you're making your pizza for that
depends on the day.
Pie,
it depends on your personal preference.
A lot of factors.
Absolutely.
A lot of factors at play. And having a good fan base for your product, a lot of that comes to treatment of your customers, which is what we talk about a lot with Krispy Kreme. If you're happy every time you go to, what's it called in Zanesville again?
Donald's Donuts.
If you go to Donald's Donuts and you just have a great overall experience, maybe the donuts aren't exactly the same every single time, but they meet a certain quality standard and they're friendly and they do right by you and the prices are good, all those things lumped in there together.
Well, they've been open since 1960. They must be doing something.
You're doing something right. You absolutely are.
He says their most popular has always been cream-filled. Chocolate and maple have sort of gone back and forth, but it's usually chocolate. I love a good cream-filled. He
That's
says,
not really my speed, cream-filled. I like kind of all the other kinds.
Just our basics are really good, like the plain yeast glazed donuts, our honey buns, or glazed cinnamon roll. Ooh, the jelly-filled is my personal favorite, but we have all different kinds. Look, we have listeners out in Zanesville, of course. I don't get out there very often or ever, but if you live in Zanesville and for some reason you're making a trip in, or you enjoy us and you want to bring us some delicious Donald's donuts, please do get in touch and swing by the radio station. We will gladly take them off your hands. We're not going to pay you for them, but we will eat them.
Have you heard of the Krispy Kreme donuts that is down south of us, the original Krispy Kreme?
Well, they started in Winston-Salem, didn't they?
It's Krispy Kreme with a C to start each word.
Okay.
No, I don't know. You're talking about actual Krispy Kreme, which I do believe started in North Carolina,
is this
right?
Who's on first? You just asked me, have you been to the original Krispy Kreme?
No. They call it the original Krispy Kreme, but it's different than Krispy Kreme. It is in Chillicothe.
Okay.
Chillicothe fans of this place will, I hope, back me up on this.
So it's not Krispy Kreme.
It's not Krispy Kreme. It's the same name.
It's Krispy Kreme.
And they apparently started their business before, which matters a lot in this when you talk about names.
Is it the same style of donut? Or is it completely different?
I don't know. If I had it, it was probably 10 years ago and there was a donut drop. I would love to have them again. I don't make my way down to Chillicothe a lot, but next time I'm in the area, I'm going to stop in and try them. I don't think it's the same kind of donuts. They probably do whatever. They probably make an assortment of 12 different kinds of donuts.
This segment is called Mike and Timmy don't know what these donuts taste like, but we'd like to.
I'll tell you.
Please bring them.
I'll tell you the place in town that I do love. Well, there's more than one, but Jolly Pirate, that's fantastic.
That's T-Bone's favorite. He loves Jolly Pirate.
That location that is right there as you near Old Town Grove City. Jack and I will hit that usually if we're going to the card shop down there to do some trading or do some buying or selling. That place, the way they package that up and the little treasure chest is a nice touch. But when you go in there, that's what I'm talking about. Jolly Pirate, that specific location, that's what I'm talking about. My ideal happy place with a donut shop and cafe. Just the way that they've got some bar stools there at the counter. The donuts are presented nice right there in front of you. They've always got fresh coffee. It doesn't matter what time of day it is, and it shouldn't, because if you're going into a donut shop, you also should have fresh coffee right there. They've got a few booths and just the coloring of it. I don't know why, like brown, drab coloring.
Makes you happy?
It suits a donut
You're
shop.
Charlie Brown.
I don't know why, because it's the complete antithesis of Krispy Kreme with the K now we're talking about, which is bright white, red, and green. But I love what Jolly Pirate does down there. And I like the sour cream style donuts. I like the cake donuts, the sticks. Those are really good. Those are really good for me.
Delicious. Teddy, do you have some Axl Rose for us, my friend?
It's got to stop. They're playing Wembley Stadium tomorrow with that voice. This is not going to be like Jeff Lynne and ELO blowing your lid off.
You know,
this is going to be a total disaster.
I always have this thing. I'm very insecure. You may not know it by listening to this show, but you know, we were out at the race on Saturday, and so many nice people came up to me and told me how much they enjoyed the show. And
that's nice,
right? But my response is always self-deprecating, and it's always like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Whenever they're like, "I've been listening for 20 years," I say, "Oh, I'm sorry." Axl Rose should get on stage before he starts singing. Say, "I'm sorry. Thanks for your money, but I'm sorry."
Put him out to pasture with Frankie Valli. Have you seen Frankie? They're putting Frankie out there to perform. He can't even walk. He just shuffles. He just shuffles across the stage. His face doesn't move.
At least
It's
they've got a
frozen.
voice track for him. He's not really singing.
He might be dead. There's a strong possibility.
Weekend at Bernie's. He's got marionette strip.
That's how he moves. He just shuffles out there. He's not moving his mouth.
It's like the Prez.
He's embalmed.
Hey-oh!
whoa. I actually sent you a clip. Some young women were just going nuts because they saw Joe Biden and some of his family in Daytona Beach having ice cream.
As you do.
They just went nuts.
Well, I mean, you go to get ice cream, you see a former president there. It's kind of a big thing.
It is. You're right. It is. It's a big thing. Whoa! Hey, it's heat wave, dome heat, ice cream. Good for your family. Good for my family. It's getting expensive.
Why do I like? It's the clueless look on your face too when you do it. What did you order? He seems like a mint chocolate chip type of guy.
Oh, creamy, fluffy twist.
Twist? A little soft serve?
Vanilla creamsicle. A great flavor combination.
He doesn't strike me as a creamsicle guy. No.
Me and Kamala. Great combination. Vanilla and orange. Hey.
This country's made on combinations.
Whoa.
Not just the white cone. Got different flavors mixing together.
My God. Oh, enjoy your cone, Joe.
Enjoy your cone.
They don't know what the hell they're doing.
I want to talk about a piece of giant garbage that plays for the Cleveland Browns coming up
show.
next.
It's just giant pieces of trash, garbage.
Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got some stop-and-go traffic that's causing about a 20-minute slowdown on westbound 161 between Hamilton Road and 270 on the East Outer Belt. And watch for an accident that's on eastbound 270's off-ramp to 71 on the North Outer Belt. This report is sponsored by Put-in-Bay Chamber of Commerce and Tourism Bureau. A slice of paradise on Lake Erie? For any getaway or retreat, Put-in-Bay awaits with dining, Crystal Cave, Heinemann Winery, and Perry's Memorial. Start planning at visitputinbay.com. Put-in-Bay, an everyday island getaway. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Get ready to rock. Soft, that is. Nationwide Picnic with the Pops presents Yacht Rock Symphony, Saturday, June 28th, featuring all your favorite 70s and 80s super yacht rock hits on one stage with Ambrosia.
You're the biggest part of me.
Joined by John Ford Coley.
And I'd really love to see it tonight.
And Peter Beckett, the voice of Player. Don't miss this incredible night of hits, ending with a brilliant display of fireworks. June 28th at the Columbus Commons. For tickets, visit picnicwiththepops.com.
The Columbus Zoo invites you to follow the footsteps and the tales of animals from around the world. Explore our newest region, North America Trek. So what are you waiting for? Get your tail to our trails only at your Columbus Zoo.
I need a small order of sheet metal to repair something in the shop. It's not much, but can you help me out?
At Metal Supermarkets, no order is too small.
Wait, really?
Yep.
What about small home projects?
Yep.
For a car I'm working on?
Yep.
Any kind of metal?
Yep.
Cut to size?
Yep.
With no minimum order?
Yep.
How about 1,000 cut pieces of aluminum flat bar?
Yep. Choose from over 8,000 types, shapes, and grades of metal in any quantity you need. And yes, we're serious. Any metal, any size, ready fast. Locally owned on Wilson Road.
Make this your year. Looking for a new career in the high-demand fields of IT and cybersecurity? Attend classes live online or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify.
This is This Date in Reds Baseball with team historian Greg Rhodes.
A Reds Hall of Famer made his debut on this date in 1930. One Bill Werber, who was a star on the Reds championship teams of 1939 and 1940. But Werber was not with the Reds when he broke in. He debuted with the Yankees. And as a young whippersnapper out of college, he was determined to impress his new team. Werber was on first base when his teammate Babe Ruth hit a long drive. Werber ran hard the whole way, dashing across the plate, only to realize Ruth had hit a home run. Ruth told him in the dugout later, "Son, you don't have to run so fast when the Babe hits one." Well, Billy Werber, Reds Hall of Famer, his debut game this June 25th, 1930, this date in Reds baseball.
This Date in Reds Baseball is brought to you by the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame and Museum, presented by Dinsmore. Celebrating greatness, preserving history, providing inspiration.
Must be the love, yeah.
There's so much to love in Ohio because the heart-shaped state is the heart of adventure with 76 free state parks, amusement parks, ballparks, and more. The heart of opportunity with great jobs and a low cost of living. Ohio is the heart of it all. Follow your heart at ohio.org.
Sponsored by Tourism Ohio and aired by this station.
The Buckeyes are national champions. And you listen to it all right here on The Fan. And next year when they do it again, it'll be here on The Fan. And the year after that, well, you know the drill. Always and forever, your home of the Buckeyes. The Fan.
He shoots, he scores! No matter your sport, it's a great time of year to be a fan. But the fun stops when you or a loved one can't control your gambling. At Maryhaven, we're here to help. Whether it's gambling, drugs, alcohol, or mental health, you don't have to go it alone. With in-person, virtual, and group options, Maryhaven meets you where you are. Always judgment-free. Go to maryhaven.com today. That's maryhaven.com.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Serving in the military requires great sacrifices, not just for one's country, but also for one's family. Not surprisingly, divorce for soldiers is especially difficult, and it raises a number of challenges that are peculiar to military divorce, things such as deployments, relocation, retirement benefits. These issues can be complicated. So if you're a soldier facing such challenges, go to CordellCordell.com.
10 West Broad, Columbus. CordellCordell.com.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
They refer to each other as stupid, so they must get along.
We fight a lot, but at the end of the day, it's okay, because we really do hate each other.
You're listening to Common Man and Timmy.
This dumb show brought to you by the Hinder Motor Company. Name dropping with Jeff Rimmer at 5:30. Rimmer is in Sicily, but that's not going to stop him. He will join us live. Deontay Johnson was on the Sports and Suits podcast. He talked about many things. He talked about how he feels like Kenny Pickett is going to win the Browns starting job, which is always good for a current player to throw an opinion out there.
Yeah. And it's Deontay Johnson. It's Deontay Johnson.
He played with Kenny Pickett before. Clearly he likes Kenny Pickett, or at least is familiar with him.
No, he didn't go into he just admitted to not going into a football game last year because he was too cold.
Well, there was
what a disaster season it was for Deontay Johnson, who looked like he had something going with his career. Maybe it'll happen in Cleveland, but I don't know.
He refused to enter a game for the Ravens last season. And people speculated that he was pouting because he didn't get the ball enough or what. Anyway, here he sets the record straight. Here's what he says. End of the third, going into the fourth, they were like, Tay, we need you. I was like, nah, I don't think it's a good idea for me. Like, my legs are already ice cold, and I didn't want to go out there and put bad stuff on film. Now, if you're wondering, that day, according to the National Weather Service, it was 44 degrees in Baltimore. Now,
man, this is
not like there's really any excuse to not go in the game because you were cold, but I'm going to say if it's 44, still, man.
And it's your job?
Good thing you play in Cleveland now.
Yeah. How about the fact that it's your job? You're paid to go out there and run precise routes, catch the football, gain some yards for your team. That's what you're getting paid to do.
Admitted that he checked out mentally. Yeah. He said, after that, I was a distraction and they released me. Yes. That's exactly right. Well, you're not that now. In April, he signed a 1-year, $1.17 million deal with the Browns. He's one of these guys that he's always had talent, but never really put it all together. He's a big pain in the ass and clearly has no self-awareness because he's making comments like this.
No beating around the bush. But while we're on the subject of the Browns, because this is how the quarterback scenario is now. He says that, right? He says, got to be Tiny Hands Pickett, right? We're there in Pittsburgh together. Kenny's the guy. At the same time here, this headline is fantastic, too. This is from SI, and this is what SI is now. They're not even a real magazine like they used to be back in the heyday. They're just a website. NFL Insider shares shocking prediction on Cleveland Browns quarterback situation.
Shocking. What's the shocking?
Ready to be shocked?
I'm ready.
Ready to be shocked by this? And then in the subtitle, Greg Rosenthal predicts Joe Flacco being the starting quarterback for the Browns this season. Wow!
That is shocking.
Shocking.
I got to tell you.
Your new moron wide receiver who wouldn't even play last season on the team that he was playing for just predicts that Kenny Pickett is going to be the guy because he's practicing with Kenny Pickett. He likes Kenny Pickett. You throw out a prediction, and another guy thinks that Joe Flacco is going to win the job.
I'm telling you, with no inside information other than just common sense, Kevin Stefanski is not going to name a rookie quarterback, starting quarterback of this team week 1. That's not to say that you won't have rookies start games this year. You will. I can see a scenario where both Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders start games this year, but it will not be week 1. He will go with a veteran. I believe he will go with the veteran that he knows better, and that is Joe Flacco. But who am I to argue with Deontay Johnson here? I did laugh at one of these other headlines where one of these Browns reporters said, through camp so far, Joe Flacco throws the prettiest ball. Oh, you mean the veteran who's known for throwing really tight spirals is throwing a prettier ball than 2 rookies and a guy with child hands? Yeah, all right.
The guy
what does that mean?
His teeny tiny Burger King hands.
He has to shop at the kids section at Carter's for gloves.
Carter's. Oh man, Joe Flacco's won a Super Bowl. All right.
Well, I mean,
I know that was ages ago, but that's Joe. Joe played for you.
My Cracko.
Flacco, my Cracko.
49ers tight end George Kittle says when he's done, he wants to be a wrestler. Teddy, you're a big WWE guy. How you doing over there, Ted?
I'm doing good, Mike.
Love the fade up and got to get into position.
He says, I don't know. I think if I get to 35 and it hurts to put pants on in the morning, I think I'll be like, this isn't much fun for me anymore.
What the hell is he talking about?
I'll have a conversation with myself, but I'm feeling great right now. Talking about leaving the league.
He's saying if it hurts to put my pants on anymore and I'm 35, then I'm done, then I'm going to wrestle?
Yeah, then he's going to become a wrestler. It's not real, Teddy, right? Those falls
so much
real.
easier, yeah.
You're falling on pillows.
Exactly. Unless he wants to be like a manager or something like that. The guy, a guy that doesn't take too many bumps.
No, he says my only question mark with that is I so much love being a fan of WWE. I would only do WWE if I bought a ring and practiced my ass off for a long time, so I wouldn't look like an idiot out there. I've been in a WWE ring like 3 times. I don't know what I'm doing out there. I have an understanding of how it works, but I haven't moonsaulted off the top rope at WrestleMania like Pat McAfee did. I like how I can't put on my pants anymore. It hurts so bad. I can't play football. But
I don't understand that.
I'm in my late 30s now, and let's be a wrestler.
I'm going to be like Randy the Ram Robinson in no time. Things will be great for me by the time I'm 60 years old. Let's put all that stress on my knees and my back. Good idea,
Careful what you
Kittle.
wish for, though. A lot of these guys with big personalities, just because they played sports before, we think they can become wrestlers. A few years back, I think they were still doing like the WrestleMania without any fans, Teddy, because of COVID stuff. But Rob Gronkowski was like the host of WrestleMania. And a lot of people thought that would just be a natural fit. And I tuned in. He was like a big, giant dork.
He was, yeah.
He was a dork. He looked like he didn't belong.
It's like having Peyton Manning jump into the WWE stratosphere.
Maybe Peyton Manning would be more credible.
Well,
Gronkowski looked like a big kid who they said, come on up here with a microphone.
Yeah, it doesn't. That doesn't work. Pat McAfee works better than a guy like Gronk works.
No, but
he's got a little bit of personality and the flair.
It's kind of insulting if you're a wrestler to think, oh yeah, well any professional athlete that maybe sits down and has a good podcast interview can do what I do. No. It's a very specialized skill. These guys work their entire lives, and there is a difference between George Kittle doing a little funny line in a post-game press conference and carrying a good promo on television.
There's a reason why some of the best, most trained wrestlers have been able to cross that bridge into superstardom by being actors. Because they're so good. I mean, it's ultimate acting, what you're talking about.
Absolutely
and
it is.
I get, like, look, we all understand that it's not completely real what we're watching. That's okay. It's a show. It's meant for our entertainment, like any other show.
Your body still hurts.
Your body still hurts
very
doing
physical.
all that, but the way The Rock and John Cena have gone into other things, that's credit to them.
Art Schleister doing Art Schleister things. Details next. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got a little bit of a holdup due to a disabled vehicle that's blocking the left lane if you're on northbound 71 on the north side at 670. And there's an accident that's at Hard Road at Saddle Run that's causing some delay there. This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, they're all about keeping you on the road to summer fun, to rides to the beach, even to faraway places. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Summer drives start here. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Common Man here. Let me tell you something. I'm on these Germain inter-office emails. At Germain Lexus, during the month of June, they've challenged themselves to sell more cars than they ever have in 1 month. What does that mean? Well, I'm stupid, but to me, that means they're willing to deal, baby. And the Memorial cars are on the lot. The ones the golfers drive for the tournament are now available to you. I have been a Germain customer for years, even before I started doing the commercials. If you're in the market, please stop in. Germain Lexus, 2 locations to serve you, Dublin and Easton, GermainLexus.com.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
I can't wait to meet her. Oh my gosh.
Put your hands together for new Dr. Pepper Blackberry and Dr. Pepper Blackberry Zero Sugar.
There she is! Woohoo! Yeah! It's full Dr. Pepper!
With sweet blackberry flavor!
Dr. Pepper Blackberry, I'm obsessed with your succulent taste. Please marry me!
No! Marry me! Marry me, or I'm gonna freak out!
Try new Dr. Pepper Blackberry.
It's a pepper thing!
Matty Ice here. When I needed a new Chevy, I headed to McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion. Right now, get up to $12,000 off MSRP on a 25 Silverado LD. They've got no market adjustments, no hidden costs, and sales managers are on the floor ready to help. That's been the McDaniel difference since 1916. They're just a short drive north off Route 23 in Marion, or you can visit McDanielGMSuperstore.com. McDaniel GM Superstore, where great deals meet a century of trust. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Get an Eco.
ECO. Hey, Jerry, I think I invented something. Does it solve a problem? It solves a big problem.
Get an Eco.
ECO. Heating and cooling companies are telling people your furnace and AC isn't worth fixing. You need to replace it with a whole new system.
You invented a solution for that?
I invented a way to fix those systems for free.
Get an Eco.
ECO.
That's a great invention. How does it work?
Step 1 is to pay ECO to fix it.
I thought you said you'd fix it for free.
Step 2 is that we give you back all the money that you paid us, up to $1,500 when you get ECO to replace it.
Get an Eco.
ECO.
What if your repair keeps my system running for several more years?
That would mean you got all those extra years for free.
Paying ECO to fix your AC system is like putting money in the bank.
Get an Eco.
ECO.
Get an Eco.
ECO.
Get an Eco.
ECO. Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians.
Get ECO.com.
Hey, it's Anthony. Comfort is king. We all strive for it, but life gets in the way. You know that. And oh, my aching feet is not just a cliche. That's why the Good Feet store, in my opinion, has the best arch support solutions engineered to help you and me live the life we love without pain. For more than 30 years, they've taken great pleasure in helping thousands discover the comfort they've been dreaming of. I'm a customer. I have their 3-step system put right into all my shoes. They support, balance, and strengthen my feet and really guide them right into their ideal position. Every step I take, every move I make, I get relief. Not from the song, although I love that, but from my personally fit arch supports from the Good Feet store. Your free fitting is designed to help them understand you, your pain, and your discomfort, your personalized system. You'll walk out wearing your new arch supports hassle-free and begin living the life you love without pain. The Good Feet Store on Stringtown Road in Grove City or Polaris Parkway. Learn more at goodfeet.com.
Do you suffer from leg pain, leg swelling, varicose veins, or leg ulcers? Dr. Barry Zeta and Dr. Joseph Senta at Ohio Vein and Vascular Polaris are pioneers in the vein and vascular field. Dr. Zeta and Dr. Senta can perform minimally invasive procedures that will get you back on track to a pain-free life. Stop living with leg pain and start the process to healthy living with a free healthy leg screening. Go to loveyourveins.com or call 614-426-VEIN. That's 614-426-VEIN or loveyourveins.com.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you're planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. This is Paul Keels. First round of the NBA draft tonight. Duke's Cooper Flag expected to be taken with the first pick by the Dallas Mavericks. According to reports, the NCAA is expected to improve increasing the college basketball season from 31 to 32 games beginning in 2026 and 27. It's hoped this will alleviate restrictions caused by multi-team events. Ohio State's women's team announcing they'll play Thanksgiving week in the Bahamas in the Pink Flamingo Classic. Baseball tonight, it'll be the Cincinnati Reds trying for a home sweep against the New York Yankees. Cleveland Guardians looking to bounce back in the win column as they host Toronto. Columbus Clippers continue their series at Iowa tonight. Columbus Crew in action this evening at Lower.com Field, hosting Atlanta United at 7:30. Crew presently hold down fourth place in the MLS Eastern Conference and are trying for back-to-back wins. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination. The only show that can bring a dead queen back to life. This is Common Man and Timmy.
Well, man, I've brought some fun things for this segment. It's 5 o'clock, and we had a little fight about Tootsie Rolls this week. And wouldn't you know, I'm perusing the candy aisle at my local Meijer, which is a marvelous candy aisle. Anyone that's been to one of their stores knows that they pretty much have an entire wall of a full aisle dedicated to candy. And not one spot did I see a regular old Tootsie Roll. No regular Tootsie Rolls. But
hold on now.
But
you're a butt. First of all, you're blind as a bat.
I was squinting.
So I'm telling you,
come on.
They had Tootsie Rolls and you didn't see it.
No, they didn't.
Or if they didn't have any, it's because fine Americans went to the Meijer before you and sold them out. Because tis the season for a nice. You put a Tootsie Roll in your pocket on a day like this.
Where the Tootsie Rolls
gets nice and soft. Oh, love it.
Nice and soft.
I love that soft Tootsie.
There isn't enough melt that you could put on a
Teddy, can
rock hard original Tootsie Roll.
They're not rock hard. You got to eat them fresh.
Ridges in it. It has to sit in that paper inside
Teddy,
the wrapper.
If I give you a soft Tootsie, wouldn't you just thank me? Wouldn't you just give me a little hickey on my neck?
I'd say, oh, thanks. I'd rather have a nickel.
See?
I understand these.
This is the waffle conversation all over again.
Communists I'm working with, I swear to God. I got to make a call.
Look, you know that I'm always willing to compromise. And I do, because I really do want to know the answer to questions like these as well. To know if I'm wrong, I'll accept it. I'll fully accept it. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. I want to know if Mike's wrong here, though, with Tootsie Rolls. I really do not enjoy an original Tootsie Roll. And I thought that was a relatively mild take.
No,
I really did. As far as
Tootsie Roll is in the Candy Hall of Fame.
I don't think so.
Candy Hall of Fame.
I think if you ask the internet what the worst candies are, you're probably going to see Tootsie Roll up there. Generally speaking,
well,
I think you're going to find a Tootsie Roll.
I'm sure it has strong opinions either way, but that's like saying, oh, because Peyton Manning's one of the all-time leaders in throwing interceptions, he sucks. No.
It's not like that at all.
It is like that. People,
it's not like that at all.
People
Peyton
are
Manning's
familiar.
a great man and a champion.
With the Tootsie Roll, you're going to have some strong opinions either way, but that doesn't change the fact that it's still a Hall of Fame candy. What do you have to say, Ted?
I was just going to say there's not much difference between a Tootsie Roll and candy corn, right, Tim?
First of all, it's two different flavors completely.
I think there is a difference.
Yeah, but I'm saying as far as simplicity.
I also love a candy corn.
It's simplicity. Yeah, well, they're fine, but I don't need, I'd rather have something
Somebody's
else.
calling in with a take on Tootsie Rolls there, Teddy.
Let me tell you something.
This is going right to the top of tag.
You get yourself a nice October day, crisp. Someone hands you a fresh candy corn, maybe the pumpkins. The big, thick pumpkins.
Thick ones. You just got to gnaw that green stem off of it.
You get that chew on that.
Ooh.
There's no beating that in that moment.
So our buddy Matt Andrews told me this trick. You've got to put salted peanuts in a little bowl with candy corn. That's a nice little fall treat.
Because you got your sweet.
Oh.
Then you got your salty.
It's good.
You're a nice boy. How do you have such love for candy corn, which is also in the Candy Hall of Fame, but nothing for the original Tootsie Roll?
I can understand how people don't like candy corn, and I can't do candy corn in excess, but I'm always willing to compromise.
All right, give me a bite of this.
Try. But no,
I've actually never had a flavored Tootsie Roll before.
Here's the thing, too. Like you like to say, I'm wrong all the time. You challenged me that these are even in existence this week. Flavored Tootsie
They've never
Rolls.
been on my radar.
And there they be, right? And this is all that they had in Meyer. So these...
Give me what you consider to be the best flavor.
Well, I'm not a fan of these because I don't like Tootsie Rolls, so I'm just kind of... You got lemon, orange, cherry, lime.
Give me cherry.
Good flavors, by the way. I appreciate that. They're sticking to solid flavors. Fruit chews. Tootsie Fruit Chews. People watching on YouTube, we got the orange bag
I can already
here.
tell.
I'm going with lime.
These could use a little time in my pocket.
A little stiff?
They're not soft enough yet.
A little stiff? It's going to be great. Talking. That's not bad.
What's the point of this?
What do you mean? What do you mean, what's the point?
It's just
put a little flavor to something that has none?
This is Starburst in a different wrapper. That's what it is.
This might even be a little bit softer than a Starburst.
This does nothing for me.
They don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
I got
does
it, Prez.
nothing for you. It's a Tootsie Pop.
No.
It's a Tootsie Roll, but it tastes better.
No.
Yes. It tastes better than a Tootsie Roll. You just had cherry. I just had lime. That's delicious. Now we're talking. What do I want to make it bland and flavored like crap? Why would I do? Oh, we're sitting around the boardroom. We got a candy. Oh, what are we going to do? Like lemon, lime, orange, citrus flavors that burst into people's mouths. It leaves them wanting more. No. Not that. I'm thinking crap. Looks like a turd.
Can I tell you something?
It looks like a turd when
Back
you
in the
open
old
it
days,
from the wrapper.
when they came up with the Tootsie Roll, they didn't have all these newfangled fruit flavors to choose from.
They should have.
All right, Timmy?
What are you talking about?
That was just a dream in the jungle of South America.
The Core Brothers were there slinging the orange and vanilla ice cream in the 1920s on Coney Island. It's a lie. Come on. Count Chocula. Take an orange.
They don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
You're going to love that orange.
Art Schleister.
How's Art doing?
I'm gonna surprise you.
What's
not
happening?
well.
It's not a good story
Not well.
with Art?
Art Schleister, former Buckeye quarterback, indicted on felony drug charges after being found with crack pipes in his pants. As you do. Where else are you going to put it?
I mean,
fanny pack?
Was he in his car when they stopped him here? Is that?
It says
glove box, maybe?
Schleister and his attorney were granted 7th continuance, whatever that means, in the case against him, which alleges that he gave an Ohio State Highway Patrol trooper 2 crack pipes during a traffic stop in North Linden, February 2nd. After a probable cause search, the probable cause should be he's Art Schleister. That's the probable cause.
He's been in prison a lot.
After a probable cause search of his vehicle, small white rocks were found, and Schleister reportedly told the trooper they were crack rocks.
He told...
Well, what are you going to do? You going to lie about it?
You going to lie about it?
At the time of his arrest, Schleister was serving 1 year of probation for another 5th-degree felony drug charge from June of 2022. That charge came when he was found unresponsive and had to be revived with Narcan at a hotel outside Columbus. I'm sure hotel used very loosely. Online court records showed that if Schleister violated his probation, he would be subject to 11 months in prison. I'm going to guess that being caught with pipes and crack
you're back.
Probably violates the probation.
I think you're back.
So
he just said they were crack rocks.
What is he supposed to say? He's got the pipes in his pants.
It's just that using that term and just being so blunt about it.
Yeah, it's crack rocks.
Like, these are my crack rocks, not these are my drugs, or it's
what did you give me here?
Orange.
I don't want this.
Yes, you do. Eat it. Be happy. Come on. Being so miserable about candy.
I contend Tootsie Roll is its own flavor. Like, it's not chocolate, it's Tootsie. Just like a Frosty is not chocolate, it's Frosty flavored. It's different. See, when they talk about the chocolate Frosty over at Wendy's, that's not chocolate, that's Frosty flavored.
Yeah, I don't care about what you said about the Tootsie, because that sucks. But what you just said about the Frosty.
I don't know why we have to just resort to
I'm interested about
name
that.
calling. What are you doing talking? Who's Teddy talking to on the phone over there? Is it Rimmer?
It's got to be
I swear
Rimmer.
to God, if it's Rimmer, I'm going to Sicily tonight. I'm going to beat the crap out of that old man.
Look at the way Ted is laughing.
Why is he calling during the show? Teddy is doing a job.
Teddy looks like Al Pacino in that scene in...
He is completely ignoring me, too. I could just drop F-bomb after F-bomb, and Teddy's not going to hear me. He's not going to dump it out. I could go to break right now. Teddy wouldn't hear a damn word that I say.
We could try
Common Man and Timmy on the fan.
We could try my
Common Man and
fantasy.
Timmy on the fan. You see? Nothing. Nothing.
It's time, Teddy. Go to break.
They don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
He had to tell me about his whole trip and everything. And he's
You know what? That's what after the show is for.
He wanted to know if you would show me a picture he had sent to you. And I said, no, Mike didn't show me the picture.
What was it a picture of?
Of him on a motorcycle, I think.
He's on a Vespa.
Ooh, a little Vespa. That's very Italian.
Vespa.
Italiano.
All right, we'll eat more crappy Tootsie Pops and talk about something else. Major League Baseball star called J.G. Wentworth. We'll talk about that. Common Man and Timmy on the fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're hitting some slowdown on southbound 270 on the east outer belt at Livingston Avenue. Due to an accident there, it is going to be stop and go from Main Street. We also have stop and go traffic on westbound 670 between Grandview Avenue and I-70, causing a couple-minute delay. This report is sponsored by the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been at the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more about research, education, and support at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org. I'm Nicole for 97.1. The Fan Traffic.
This just in from the Lindsay Honda Newsroom. It's our big anniversary sale. 0% for up to 60 months has been extended on all new Hondas. Drive a new 2025 CR-V LX all-wheel drive with 0% financing.
Lower your rate, lower your payment.
Save thousands on hundreds of new Hondas when you buy now.
With so many Hondas, why would you go anywhere else?
Shop the big, the beautiful Lindsay Honda now. Visit lindsayhonda.com for details.
Used car prices are sky high. Valley's paying top dollar today. Don't waste time selling it yourself. Any car, any truck, any year, we want it now. No games, no waiting, just cash. Get to Valley before the market drops.
ValleySuperstore.com.
The biggest thriller this summer is blockbuster savings at Coughlin Chevrolet. Lease a new 2025 Chevy Trax for $159 a month. A new 2026 Chevy Equinox, only $259 a month. Or a new 2025 Silverado, lease for $359 a month. This month only at Coughlin Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
36-month lease with $39.99 due at signing, plus tax, title, and license. 10,000 miles per year, 25 cents per mile over. See dealer for details. N6/30/25.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, and it's no surprise. Same game parlay from Bet365 just keeps getting better.
Well, it's even easier to make a bet. Choose from the most popular markets like hits, run line, totals, and home runs. So many to choose from.
Download the app, start building your bet, and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Save big on 18-ounce containers of blueberries or 12-ounce containers of raspberries. Right now, they're only $3.77 each with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Master Grillers Unite. The grilling season never ends at Billiards Plus. Come see their best-in-class grills for yourself and check out Central Ohio's largest selection of pool tables, game furniture, and shuffleboard. Family-owned and operated. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Road trip! This summer at Tire Discounters, your tires are your passport to savings because you're driving to Paris,
Texas,
then it's off to Rome,
Georgia,
and you'll be kissing the Blarney Stone in Dublin,
Ohio.
Right now, save up to $494 when you buy 4 tires, and that includes a free alignment and oil change. Stop at Tire Discounters before you see the world.
Austin and Berm are back with a new daily podcast, the ultimate OSU football insiders. You know it's refreshing to have some smart people working here from time to time.
The Beat with Austin and Berm on the 10 TV Plus app.
Subscribe today.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you wanted and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, rental portfolios. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Call TurboTrack Realty today for an all-cash offer and speak with one of our friendly staff members at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at AmazonBusiness.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Hot and humid and stormy on this Wednesday. Temperatures around 90 degrees. We'll see the opportunity for more showers and thunderstorms, generally tapering off as we go through the evening. By Thursday morning, low 70s out there, warm and muggy. Scattered late-day thunderstorms again and a high near 90 on Thursday. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
The ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus is the official sportsbook of Common Man and Timmy. Weekdays at 3. The Fan.
A show with copious amounts of fart sounds. Emphasis on copious.
Oh no, I get a fart, but I don't know which way to lean.
This is Man and Timmy.
I want to talk to you about my friends at Tri-State Men's Health. You know, summer's here. Vacations, barbecues, beach days, and long nights.
Oh, yeah.
With the people you love.
Very long nights.
This is the season to feel alive, but if your energy's low or your drive is off, you could be suffering from low testosterone. Getting treated is the first step to feeling your best for all the summertime activities. You know, frolicking, picking wildflowers, lightning bugs in a jar, and doing it.
Yes.
My favorite summer activities.
Yes.
I want you to go see my friends at Tri-State Men's Health. Call them today, 800-900-9654, or visit tristatemenshealth.com. Promo code Lightning Bug Fornication.
Frolicking is a nice term. I always think about frolicking when I use my Irish Spring soap in the shower. Just makes me feel like I'm in Ireland, frolicking about, just being happy and being cool and crisp. I've been taking a lot of cooler showers here.
Me
That's
too.
how hot it is.
I know, me too.
I wouldn't say psychopath ice cold, but you know how you normally have your shower, you know, where it goes in somewhat hot water.
Have your shower where it
and
goes.
I have it.
Got it.
Yeah, I have it.
Good description.
Halfway to that right now, to where it's...
Hey, man, you got shower where it goes, right, Teddy? Teddy takes baths like a lunatic.
Who takes baths?
No, who
Nobody
takes baths?
baths.
Yeah.
Sitting there in a pool of your own
Yeah,
filth.
you can't do that.
I mean, but people who get really nice bathrooms put in, you build a house, you typically have one of those jacuzzi tubs. I
don't.
assume.
No jacuzzi for me.
But people do that.
Well, people do.
Right?
I don't.
I understand that you don't, but I'm just saying, I'm trying to wrap my head around people that actually do sit in
I don't
those
know why
tubs.
you take a perfectly good bathroom space with a tub.
It would take forever for that tub to fill up, right? Unless you just have some massive, high-powered nozzle.
I see those commercials for like the old people with the walk-in tub. It's like, what do? You get in the tub and then 4 hours later, you finally have enough water to take a bath?
The walk-in tub.
You die?
How does this walk-in tub? Is there an actual door?
Yeah,
on the
there's a
side of it?
door and a seal, right? So you have to go in when it's dry.
Trust that seal.
You have to go in when it's dry, and then you sit there on the little seat that they have, and you fill it up. But how long does that take?
Probably, like you said, an hour.
You probably
Long
get tired,
time.
you pass out, you fall asleep, you drown.
Water's going to be lukewarm by the time you're ready to bathe anyhow. I do like the showers that have like the little bench in them, like maybe built into the tile, like up against the back wall.
I understand that.
That's
I
fine.
have one of those. I don't use it, but Kristen uses it to shave her legs.
Or if you just want to sit.
Who wants to
and
sit?
Ponder. Maybe you're going through some stuff and you just want to sit there while the water beats down on you. Like you're James Bond.
Timmy's got some problems. Fish has
Casino
handed
Royale.
me the plug sheet for tomorrow. T-Bone and Tyvis. It's a fine show. 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Maybe you're not up during that time. Well, you know what? Get up, losers. Paul Feinbaum, Bishop and Friends, will be on what? Paul Feinbaum
will be
from
on their
ESPN
show.
will be on Bishop and Friends at 10:30. And then tomorrow on this show, Too Hot with Panama Ted, my favorite segment of the week. Too Hot.
I see that he's been cooking things up already.
Oh,
he's
Teddy's been working on it all
not even
week long.
Waiting until Thursday anymore. That's wonderful.
Fernando Tatis Jr. plays for the Padres. Filed a lawsuit this week against Big League Advance in an attempt to void the future earnings contract he signed as a 17-year-old minor leaguer that could cost him $34 million.
That's a lot of dough. He's making a ton of dough, but that's still a lot.
So he is saying that this company used predatory tactics to lure him into an investment deal that was actually an illegal loan. BLA, this company, misrepresented itself to Tatis, hiding its unlicensed status and pushing him into loan terms banned by California's consumer protection laws, according to the lawsuit.
Yeah.
Now, this company, I guess, paid Fernando Tatis when he was 17 years old, just a minor league prospect, $2 million up front in exchange for 10% of future earnings.
Oh.
Tatis signed
$340
million 14-year contract in February 2021. He would be on the hook for $34 million being paid to this company if this lawsuit is not successful. He essentially called J.G. Wentworth. He wanted his cash now. 877 cash now.
877 cash now.
In exchange for handing over future cash or signing over something. But if it is indeed true that this company's unlicensed and does not fall within California law,
maybe he wins,
which is
this
where
one.
he was.
Yeah, maybe
he wins it.
And this is,
it's fascinating.
It is a fascinating article there. And Fernando Tatis is certainly not the first and is not the last. I think you go back to everything that was happening with the Adidas scandals in college basketball. There were a lot of coaches that got into big trouble, more so than just look, there were levels to that, but the stuff that was really uncomfortable is when you were directing a young person into a deal that you knew was fraudulent.
Right.
That's the tough stuff. It's one thing if you are just going to get on the phone and say that you've got some money, like from a shoe company. We know we can't pay athletes anymore. Again, I'm not saying that that's right. That's still against the rules, and you deserve to be punished for all that. But there's a difference from just paying someone, like actually helping someone by giving them money to come to your school, versus steering them into some deal that's going to screw up their future earnings.
Right.
And they're going to have to jump through a lot of hoops to get out of it, like Fernando Tatis is doing right here. You're young, you're vulnerable, you're probably thinking about the money that you're going to make, and you see a way to have a quick little advance on that. And so you get into bed with some company that you shouldn't have. He probably instantly regretted it. He probably regretted it while he was doing it. Things just fire and they don't seem right. That was probably one of those things for him.
Speaking of money and regrets, NBA owners have officially approved the $1.5 billion sale, the Timberwolves and WNBA's links to A-Rod and Mark Lore. So Glenn Taylor, who owned these entities, was fighting it, saying that, no, I didn't agree, and they didn't do what they were supposed to do as buyers, so I should be able to own the team. They went to arbitration, arbiter, Arbor Day, tree doctor, sided
arborist
with
comes and clips my trees.
A-Rod and Mark Lore. Now here's why. What's his name? Glenn Taylor was fighting it. I mean, he sold an NBA team and a WNBA team together
for $1.5
for $1.5 billion.
I know they're the Lakers, but what did the Lakers just sell for?
$10 billion.
$10 billion.
Well, it's not even that. You can say, well, Minneapolis is not Los Angeles. I get it.
It's also no tiny place
but
either.
When the Haslams bought into the Milwaukee Bucks about a year and a half ago, they bought into the Bucks at a $3 billion valuation.
It makes no sense.
Everybody is saying that.
No sense.
Because this was agreed to a while ago. They agreed to this $1.5 billion price. Since then, the team has doubled in valuation to at least $3 billion, and that's not even accounting for the WNBA team that's involved in this.
Right. That is bad. That is woeful. And the T-Wolves have Anthony Edwards, and they're a team that mattered in the NBA postseason this year. And they are in a window right now with the roster that they have, and next to SGA, one of the stars in the game right now. Him, Jokic, SGA. Like that's who it is right now, that trio.
I mean, Glenn Taylor did buy it for like $88 million, so he made out. Right?
That's not what it's about, though.
He's getting $1.5 billion.
You do need the correct valuation on your club. Like that's the big dream in having a club like this is you buy it. You have to spend many, many millions to buy it, but you can watch it soar as you own it and cultivate it.
All right, name dropping with Jeff Rimmer is going to come up in about 4 or 5 minutes. Did you talk to, what a stupid question. Of course you talked to him. Is the signal okay from where he is in Sicily?
Yeah, I don't think it is as good as it was last week, but that was like tremendous.
That was the best he ever sounded last week.
Yeah, it was like he was next to us.
He took an extra pill. He was up late. He sounded lucid.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
How many hours are they? Is he 7 hours ahead? I want to say it's 5 to England or France, right? So
it was 6 last week.
7.
So it might be 7 this week because he's further.
Isn't he? He's further east.
Yeah.
You said Sicily.
Mm-hmm.
He's out there in the Mediterranean.
When's he coming home?
Next week,
Sunday,
right?
I live on this boat now.
I think maybe Monday morning because he's headed back. He'll end up back in Barcelona on Sunday.
Speaking of boats.
Maybe he'll see Adam King there.
Maybe. Yeah. He was going to Majorca, right, King?
I don't know.
I checked in with King when he got to Philly. We talked yesterday. Adam King and his fake girlfriend, Lene Kukua, they had a 4 o'clock international flight. Now, I get the Columbus flight was connecting to Philly, but I still consider that international
He's still
travel.
checking a bag.
This is where you're starting. Checking a bag. It was going on 2:30, 2:45. He's still here in the office chit-chatting for a 4 o'clock flight. What are you doing?
It's like the McAllisters running through the airport.
Rimmer was at the airport 7 hours early. I guarantee you that.
Rimmer's probably at the airport for his flight back next week. Right now.
Run, Rudolph.
Let's go. I'm here for the extra cavity search. Go deeper.
What line do I go in?
Deeper and longer. That's just the way I like it. Name dropping with Jeff Rimmer 2 minutes from now. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
Things are stop and go and causing a 10-minute delay on eastbound 70 on the east side from Livingston Avenue to Bryce Road. And you're looking at a 20-minute slowdown if you need to use eastbound 33 between Refugee Road and Hamilton Road. This report is sponsored by Lotto.com. Feeling lucky? Lotto.com has digital scratch tickets, tons of games, and instant fun. Scratch now on Lotto.com. Must be 18 or older to play the lottery. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
He shoots, he scores! It's a great time of year to be a fan, but the fun stops when you or a loved one can't control your gambling. Maryhaven is here to help with in-person, virtual, and group options. Learn more at maryhaven.com.
From military life to a rewarding career in IT, kickstart your new journey in a matter of months in the fields of IT and cybersecurity, including AI. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including VA benefits.
Open a money market account at Kemba Financial Credit Union and enjoy a 4.00% APY intro rate until April 2026, 6 times the national average. Maintain easy access to your funds and secure financial stability. Don't miss out. Offer expires July 31st, 2025. Visit Kemba.org. Restrictions apply. Advantage status and $5,000 minimum and $1 million maximum deposit required. APY equals annual percentage yield. Comparison based on FDIC average. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey, Columbus, Jeff Rimmer here, back in Columbus for a little hockey and to visit my good friends at Byers Volkswagen. Whether you want to buy, sell, or service your next Volkswagen, Byers has all the options. Browse their entire inventory online at columbusvw.com or visit one of their friendly Volkswagen brand specialists. Or for more personal touch and exceptional experience, it's awaiting for you right there at Byers. Come see why it's better to buy at Byers Volkswagen. They're by the airport.
Common Man and Timmy is sponsored by Hinderer Motorsports. Listen every weekday from 3 to 6. They're good, clean boys. The Fan.
Broadcasting live from Shady Acres Retirement Village. It's Name Dropping with Jeff Rimmer.
Sponsored by Byers Imports, Hamilton Road by the airport.
He is the legendary voice of your Columbus Blue Jackets. He is cruising the Mediterranean. Today, he's in Sicily. And he joins us on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Hello, Rims.
And good afternoon to you. Good evening from, well, the now departed Sicily on our way to Sardinia.
How's the vacation so far, buddy?
It's been spectacular. We just left last week. I think I told you we were in the French Riviera. We spent the last several days in the Italian Riviera. And, we were yesterday just having a splendid time. We were in the island of Capri and Anna Capri. And let me tell you, I thought I saw, because Capri is the in spot in Italy and the French or the Italian Riviera, and I thought I spotted J-Lo. In fact, I turned to my wife, gave her the elbow. I said, look, there she is. There's J-Lo. But it wasn't quite J-Lo.
Yeah, it wasn't her. It was just it was a
another woman with a great ace. That's all it was.
Last week when we talked to you, you were searching for the nude beaches and you couldn't find it. Have you seen any?
No, I haven't looked for any nude beaches.
You're going to go on this whole trip and not see any floppy breasts. I'm so disappointed in you.
Well, let me tell you, I've seen a lot better, though. I've seen a lot better. Again, going back to Capri yesterday and seeing just a spectacular city. It is a who's who. And I did a couple of days ago in Nice, part of the French Riviera. I did go by Elton John's house and saw a bunch of the paparazzi. Yeah, how about that? And apparently the only time he leaves is to go see his doctors, and I guess it's quite an ordeal. But the paparazzi follow Elton John. And let me tell you, he has one spectacular home in Nice, France. It was something to behold.
Jeff, when you're doing international travel, how much time do you give yourself at the airport to get things situated and ready? How many hours in advance are you showing up?
Well, we return on the weekend, and I want to get to the airport early so I can get my tax back on a few things that I purchased here while on the trip. So you're for world travel, if you're going back to the U.S., and we are going to be well within the scope of purchases, but you can get your tax back. So guess what I'm going to be doing early on the weekend, Sunday morning, is getting my tax back on the purchases my wife and I made here on this spectacular tour. But let's talk some hockey, guys.
I like how you didn't answer the question at all. What time is the flight, and what time are you going to get to the airport?
The flight's at 12:50, and we plan on getting to the airport at 10. How's that?
Is that enough time to get all your taxes back, though?
It doesn't seem like enough time.
You need more time, Jeff.
It's
you got a lot of
international.
transactions
You get a minimum 3 hours. Minimum.
Well,
especially if you want that extra cavity search that you were talking about earlier.
Let's talk hockey.
Go ahead.
That's what this is all about.
Oh, we got the draft this week.
Draft is on Friday. What do the Blue Jackets do?
Well, they're trying to improve the hockey team, so I guess either or both in the right deal. Both those picks, 14 and 20, could be available. I heard something today, a rumor coming out of New York with Larry Brooks indicating a possible trade, Kandra Miller, the defenseman, left-handed shooting defenseman, for Voronkov. I certainly, not that I'm the GM, I certainly wouldn't make that deal, and I doubt, in fact, if it's really all that realistic, because Kandra Miller is a left-handed shooting defenseman. What the Jackets need is a right-handed shooting defenseman to play on the top four. Rasmus Anderson, the Jackets have been linked to him. He has 1 year left, the final year of his contract in Calgary. Doesn't look like he's going to be re-signed. Big, physical, and has some offensive ability as well. That's the guy that I'd certainly zero in on. But I can tell you, bottom line, that president of hockey and general manager Don Waddell is working the phones and doing everything he can to improve this hockey team come this weekend and the draft, and of course July 1st as well.
Jeff, where do you think things stand with the situation at goalie for the 2025-26 season?
According to Aaron Portzline, the Jackets are having a difficult time making a move at this juncture for Elvis Merzlikins. It'll be interesting to see. I would have thought that maybe there'd be a little more interest in Elvis, because there's not really a great group of unrestricted free agent goaltenders, and there are a number of teams looking to improve. It's something, obviously, the Jackets will continue to pursue here over the days ahead, if not weeks. And, they want to upgrade the goaltending, and that's certainly one way of doing it. If, in fact, Merzlikins is moved, it gives the Jackets the ability to trade for or acquire through free agency. I guess the best free agent goaltender out there is Jake Allen, who will be leaving the New Jersey Devils. And is that really much of an upgrade?
Rims, I'm not a journalist. I'm not a reporter. I did see that same report about how the Jackets are having trouble moving Elvis Merzlikins. I did make a couple phone calls and dig into why that was, and it's because Elvis sucks. That's why you're having a hard time moving him.
Well, he's got 2 years left on his contract.
And he sucks.
That he could be bought out.
But why do they say every time they're asked that they're not interested in buying out anybody?
Well, it's a possibility. That's all I'm presenting. It's a possibility. Do they do that if they're unable to trade him? Or do they bring him back for yet one more chance?
What? All right, forget about it. Name dropping with Jeff Rimmer.
No, go ahead. No.
Brought to you by Rimmer's Friends, Buyers Imports by the airport. Go ahead. Tell me about your friends, Rims.
Well, I was texting today with, of course, Kevin King from Buyers Imports by the airport. And he's telling me there are still a great selection of new and pre-owned automobiles and whatever you desire. Porsche, Audi, Polestar, Volkswagen, Subaru. They're all there, ready for immediate delivery. And as always, let's not forget a very integral part of the entire operations at Buyers Imports by the airport, and that is service after the purchase. Or if you purchased your car, perhaps somewhere else. You want the best in service, there's one place to go, and I've said it 100 times if I said it once. It's Buyers Imports by the airport.
Maybe you're asking yourself, would this man, Jeff Rimmer, on a European vacation actually be spending time during his day texting the general manager of a car dealership? This has got to be something for a commercial. No, I believe that you've actually done that.
I did do that.
I know you did.
I sent him the same picture. I sent him the same picture that I sent you this morning, and that was me on a motorcycle in Capri.
You didn't ride it, though, did you?
Hey.
Well, it's not a motorcycle. It's a scooter, right? You're talking about a Vespa.
Well, it's more than a scooter. For me, it'd be a motorcycle because I don't think I could last too long on it. So for me,
neither could I.
Trip.
All right,
Yeah,
other
but
than
at least
thinking that you saw Jennifer Lopez, but you didn't see Jennifer Lopez, do you have any names to drop?
No, well, I dropped Elton John. I didn't see him, but I saw where he lives in Nice, France. So does that
no?
Does that make it today?
Not if you don't know him or never had a brush with him.
Who is the most famous musician that you've ever encountered? Not like saw in concert, but actually had a conversation.
You can't say Michael Bublé anymore. We know about your relationship with Michael Bublé, and that's all. That's great.
Well, let me give this some thought here.
That's good.
I met Michael Naismith of the Monkees at a concert years ago now, back in my days in Baltimore. Does that qualify?
Let me ask you. So you would bum around with Larry King. You interviewed Muhammad Ali, Wayne Gretzky, all these people. And the best from the world of music you can come up with is the
singer from the Monkees.
The Monkees?
Aren't they a made-for-TV
what do you want me
band?
to say? Listen. You want me to tell you that I spent an evening with Paul McCartney?
That would be great.
What's better than Michael Bublé? What's better than Michael Bublé? He's right up there with McCartney.
Yeah, he's right up there with Paul McCartney. Right.
Is he not?
Yeah, no, he's not.
He's not up there with Paul McCartney. I will side with Rimmer and say
different generation.
Boobs is pretty famous. He's pretty good.
Michael
he's pretty
Bublé
famous.
is the Elvis Merzlikins of singers.
No,
that
he's
is
not.
True. Wait till I tell him.
Jeff,
wait till I tell him you said that.
Would you get Michael Bublé
When did you become a music expert?
No, listen, Jeff, would you get Michael Bublé to bring back his Christmas special? I've missed that for a decade. So nice to see him on the screen singing Christmas tunes a week before the holiday.
All right, I'm on it.
One last question for you before you have a nice trip back, I hope. Original Tootsie Rolls, are you a fan or no?
As a kid, I was. Absolutely.
But now you can't
What about
even because
now?
they pull your fake teeth out?
You said it, not me.
All right.
What is your favorite candy, Rims? What is your candy that you're eating?
He's just eating pills now. This is
Candied pills.
His wife tells him they're Skittles. He's like, oh, these are delicious.
Honey roasted pills.
Rims, we got to go.
Probably think, no, M&M's probably my favorite candy right now.
Plain M&M's?
Peanut.
Peanut
butter.
That's fine.
Peanut butter or peanut? Those are two different things.
No, peanut butter M&M's. Have you never seen the packages?
Yes, I know. But at first you said peanut.
Yeah.
That is a separate M&M from peanut butter.
It must be the phone's a little slow over here in
slow.
in Italy.
All right.
Oh, by the way, I was holding in the courts here in Sicily, and I mean the streets of Sicily. I was trying to find out if any of your relatives were nearby. So I was walking by, man on the street interviews. I couldn't find anybody that knew or remembered the maiden name of your mom.
You don't even know
I
it.
did try finding her relative.
Yes.
I don't know. You didn't tell me.
Vernacci.
What is it?
Vernacci.
Vernacci.
Yeah.
No, that's something you should have told me last week for this week. Give me a little homework once in a while, will you?
All right. Have a safe trip back. We'll talk to you next week.
I will be in Columbus before you know it as well, so I can sit in that studio with you and your new partner.
I'll have some
For the first
Tootsie
time.
Rolls for you. Thank you.
Ooh.
Name dropping with Jeff Rimmer on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline live from Sicily. Back page coming up. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got some slower traffic that's causing about a 10-minute delay on northbound 270 on the East Outer Belt between 670 and 161. You're also looking at a 10-minute delay on westbound 670 between International Gateway and Neal Avenue. This report is sponsored by Take 5 Oil Change. Get oil changes that are pit stop fast. Take 5 Oil Change gets you in and out in 10 minutes and is teaming up with the movie F1 starring Brad Pitt. Drive in today and catch all the speed in action. Only in theaters June 27th. Rated PG-13. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Hey, it's Anthony for my friends at Germain Honda of Dublin. Summer savings, Rich is backing it up. He has rates as low as 0% and leases starting from $249 a month. How about a 25 Honda HR-V LX CVT two-wheel drive? Lease it for only $259 a month. 36 months, 30,000 miles with only $30.39 down. And all trades deserve a sweetener. He's giving you an extra $1,000 for yours. See them for all the details. Germain Honda of Dublin, Sawmill Road, just south of 270.
Waddle, hop, or gallop your way to adventure. The Columbus Zoo invites you to follow the footsteps and the tails of animals from around the world. Explore 8 wild regions, including our newest North America trek. So what are you waiting for? Get your tail to our trails only at your Columbus Zoo. Get more information and tickets at columbuszoo.org.
Common Man here. I want to talk to you about my buddy Bob Capace from Worthington Jewelers. It's rare that a business comes along and offers you such great quality, service, price. If you or someone you love or like, or even strangers on the street tell you they need a jeweler, tell them you got a guy, and that guy is Bob Capace at Worthington Jewelers.
I'm Bob Capace, and I'm your guy.
Worthington Jewelers on High Street in Worthington, worthingtonjewelers.com, where Columbus gets engaged.
Oh, these polymers aren't as flexible as batch K3.
Researcher Laurie is stretched thin.
Did you get the vulcanization analytics from V66? Wait, are these rubber scores from last week?
She needs to hire new lab technicians so she can bounce back into her old self.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our matching platform lets you spend less time searching and more time connecting with candidates. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
For a lot of us, saving up a down payment can be the biggest barrier to buying a home. So Rocket Mortgage is lowering down payments to 1% for eligible home buyers with One Plus. Because everyone deserves their shot at the American dream. Call 800-4ROCKET or visit rocket.com to get a head start on your starter home.
Rocket Mortgage, LLC. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 3030.
Common Man here. Let me tell you something. I'm on these Germain interoffice emails. At Germain Lexus, during the month of June, they've challenged themselves to sell more cars than they ever have in 1 month. What does that mean? Well, I'm stupid, but to me, that means they're willing to deal, baby. And the memorial cars are on the lot. The ones the golfers drive for the tournament are now available to you. I've been a Germain customer for years, even before I started doing the commercials. If you're in the market, please stop in. Germain Lexus, 2 locations to serve you, Dublin and Easton, GermainLexus.com.
Join the Fan and 10 TV on Friday, June 27th from 11 to 6:30 to kick off the Beat the Heat Fan Drive. Purchase box fans and drop them off at the 10 TV studios on Friday, June 27th from 11 to 6:30. The Beat the Heat Fan Drive is sponsored by Newman Roofing.
We can come the day you call us.
We're 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Brian, I've been meaning to ask you something.
Okay, ask away.
Sometimes when we're talking, I hear a little sparkling sound.
Is it when one of us says, all you have to do is point?
There it is. Did you hear that?
That's the sound of magic happening.
Magic? Like we can come the day you call us? Wow.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Guys, don't waste your time and money with low-quality online TRT that charges you over $100 just to start. Visit our TRT experts at Low T Center today for a free consultation and free test. Treatment is personalized to your body, and most major insurance is accepted. With the freedom to choose if you want in-center care or at-home treatment, you're in control of your health. Looking to lose weight? Get a free B12 shot when you start prescription treatment. Offer is limited, so book now at fixmylowt.com. fixmylowt.com.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Here we are arguing again.
Oh, boy.
During the commercial break, because I told Timmy, you know, he's having a dinner he doesn't really want to have tonight because it's a favorite of the wife and the kid. And I said, hey, that's part of being part of a family.
Of course it is.
It's going to happen. Not every single meal is going to be your favorite.
And she actually knows that the dish we're talking about is orzo. So we take orzo, the pasta, and we typically will do a lot of like lemon, Parmesan, herbs type of pasta dishes, which is good, right? It's perfectly fine.
But you weren't feeling that tonight.
It just wasn't.
And
we have it a lot.
Since you're having a dinner that you're not really feeling, you should be able to have a bigger, more substantial dessert.
Yes, and so immediately I blurt out like a normal person, right? Oh, I could go and get a milkshake or something good.
Who the hell is going to get a milkshake for dessert?
And I met with that.
Yeah.
That's what I
Because
that's what I
that's
get.
psychopath behavior.
Some guy, some dude, some woman says, oh, I'd like to go get a milkshake. Millions are enjoyed in America every day. And in some way in your brain, that person that wants a milkshake is a psychopath.
Are you justifying the fact that there are millions of idiots out there?
Well, there
with your
are.
argument?
There are millions of idiots, but they're not idiots for wanting a milkshake.
First of all, who's having a milkshake for dessert? That makes no sense. That is I'm having a burger or a fry, and I'm having a milkshake.
That's my drink, yeah.
You don't get one for dessert, you lunatic. But if you have access to the ice cream, why would you ever go milkshake? Ice cream wins. Ice cream v. milkshake. Ice cream wins every time. And you live in an ice cream paradise. You got the handles right down the street.
I do.
You got a nice Culver's right over there. You got a Dairy Queen that's not too far away in Hilliard.
Oh, we got more than that, man.
What else do you have?
We got the Graders that's right there.
Oh, you lucky,
we have the Wits.
Spoiled brat.
We got the Wits right there in Old Hilliard.
And you're going to go for them. You got all those wonderful ice cream options.
Okay, all right. You're making some great points. I'm not going to have a milkshake tonight. I'm going to have a delicious ice cream.
If you have no other options, like Moses walking around in the desert for 40 years. All right,
maybe a milkshake will suffice.
If somebody says, Moses, would you like a milkshake? You'd be like, oh, would I?
Please, that sounds delicious.
But if he shows up on Hilliard Rome Road and he has all these other options,
Moses
is not taking a milkshake.
I got to tell you, if Moses ever showed up on Hilliard Rome Road, he'd start walking in the other direction. He wouldn't want anything to do with that. It is
with all the traffic.
It's an effing nightmare.
I can part the Red Sea,
but I
cannot do anything about this traffic.
You cannot part that traffic.
God.
There's no fixing it.
All right, come on.
The Back Page.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
I got to ask you about something that came up with us the other day, because this is where we are now with our relationship. Somebody has to go out to the convenience store or get gas because you didn't get gas before work. You don't like to get gas when you're on your way home. So we had an hour and 15 minutes to kill. I rode along with you. We went to the gas station. We had a situation when we came back where a woman,
we almost died.
An idiot, a moron, a stupid idiot, was just drifting across the double yellow. We weren't more than 150 yards from turning in to our offices here.
There was nothing I could do about it either.
Halfway into our lane, and you slowed a little bit, which I understand. You didn't honk.
I was scared to honk because she was clearly looking down at her phone.
Yeah, you thought that the honk would startle her.
The honk would startle her, and maybe she comes even more into our lane.
Yeah.
I was hoping that she would notice and then correct the problem.
You did everything that you were supposed to do. I witnessed this firsthand. He's slowed down. Folks, you really do need to be defensive every time you're out there. Wait a half beat because people run red lights. People are on their phones all the time. We shouldn't be doing it. Dom Taberi and his Maria's message tries to do a great job to get that out of people's systems, but
jail
it's still going to happen.
I'm done with these people.
I agree with you on your no honk situation. That's a gold star for you, not honking. Probably the right call. I want to go over some points where you should honk. For instance...
I'm pro-honk.
Yes, I'm pro-honk too. Too many people are anti-honk.
No, I'm pro-honk.
I don't know why our wives... Most people's wives and girlfriends just assume that everyone has a gun and is ready to blow you away just from a simple honk. That's what's going to happen. You're going to get shot. Maybe I do one day, but hopefully not for just trying to help out society. If someone is asleep when a green light is going and no one's running the reds anymore, it's time to go. You owe it to that car in front to give a friendly honk.
Right. It doesn't have to be an angry honk.
A bup.
That's just a little pat on the back. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes it gets met with animosity. That's too bad when it does. You just sort of give a little wave. And if you hear that friendly honk, here's what you do. You look up in your rearview mirror, you give a nice little wave.
You give the I'm stupid wave.
You give one little wave and say, okay, and then you start going. That's a perfect place to honk. Get people moving. Get people off of their phone. Let's try to get through these light cycles so we can all get home.
I like cars, right? I like to drive.
I love riding in cars.
I like...
Rusty's
still in the Navy?
Which is what I did with you today. Oh, I enjoy it. What were you going to say? Finish.
Forget about it. We're out of time. Beamer's coming.
Damn it.
Buckeye show's next. We'll see you tomorrow. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
Watch for an accident that's blocking the right lane on northbound 270 on the east outer belt after Alum Creek Drive. Police are on scene there. And we also have some slow traffic on westbound 70 on the west side between West Broad Street and Fisher Road. This report is sponsored by Take 5 Oil Change. Get oil changes that are pit stop fast. Take 5 Oil Change gets you in and out in 10 minutes and is teaming up with the movie F1 starring Brad Pitt. Drive in today and catch all the speed in action only in theaters June 27th. Rated PG-13. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Brought to you by Metal Supermarkets. From hobbyists and machine shops to manufacturers and maintenance departments, visit Columbus at metalsupermarkets.com for all your metal needs.
There's a new way to surround yourself with savings at Giant Eagle and Market District. Shop Giant Eagle's uncompromising quality at a reliable price with everyday savings. Look for signs throughout the store to find bargains on produce, meat, and more. Visit Giant Eagle to see how easy it is to save.
Master Grillers Unite. The grilling season never ends at Billiards Plus. Come see their best-in-class grills for yourself and check out Central Ohio's largest selection of pool tables, game furniture, and shuffleboard. Family-owned and operated. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
It's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place.
Wilson, I got the nicest Google review today. Dewey from Gehanna said, "We cannot believe we are able to get the Pella look and quality at the cost we did."
I got a review too. Listen to this. These windows were great. Oh boy. For about a year. Looks like I'll need to renew, in quotes for some reason, my windows way too soon. Repeat customer?
Get the window that homeowners rated the leading window brand in Columbus at PellaColumbus.com.
Hi, I'm Bob Capace from Worthington Jewelers.
And I'm his very overpaid celebrity endorser, Common Man. Bob, I heard somewhere, actually from you many, many times, that Worthington Jewelers is where Columbus gets engaged.
It's too bad you and Timmy can't engage the audience.
Good zing, Bob.
If you're thinking of popping the question, there's only one place to go.
Worthington Jewelers on High Street in Worthington. WorthingtonJewelers.com. Tell them Common Man sent you.
Trust. It's something we all value, but also something that's hard to earn, especially when it comes to your home. In a city like Columbus with so many contractors to choose from, how do you know who to trust with one of your biggest investments? At Newman Roofing, we believe trust starts with character and continues with consistent results. As a family-owned and operated company, we've built our reputation on hiring good people, value-driven professionals who treat your home with the same care and respect they'd give their home. Our team is committed to delivering a true white glove experience. That means paying attention to the details, communicating clearly, and doing the job right the first time. We use only the highest quality products, installed with precision and backed by proven techniques. That's how we ensure you'll feel confident not just today, but for years to come. And we don't just ask you to take our word for it. With over 770 five-star reviews on Google, you can read story after story from homeowners just like you who trusted Newman Roofing and had their expectations exceeded. When it comes to roofing, gutters, or siding, call the local company built around family, values, and integrity. Newman Roofing. Call today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
Bobby Carpenter here with the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. Central Ohio is home to a lot of sporting events that bring in millions of dollars of economic impact to our town. These events are huge for the city, providing revenue for local businesses, job creation, infrastructure development, and many other benefits. Here's Chuck Moore, CEO, and Travis Sanders, President of Riverside Bank of Dublin, on how they help local businesses prosper year-round.
Thanks, Bobby. We truly value our local businesses and the opportunity to work alongside them as partners. Whether you're a small business or a large operation, Riverside Bank of Dublin has the right tools for the job.
Whether you need an SBA loan to get your business off the ground, a line of credit to keep your business running smoothly, or equipment financing to get your business up to scale, Riverside Bank will tailor a solution that fits your needs.
Right on the target, Travis. We understand the business climate in Central Ohio, and we will help you reach your goals.
Tune in every day for the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. Visit their office at 6300 France Road in Dublin or online at riverside.bank.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Nashville's hottest band, Old Dominion, is coming to Great American Ballpark on July 10th as part of the Ohio Lottery post-game concert series. After the Reds take on the Marlins, all fans in attendance are invited to stay and enjoy a set from Old Dominion. Plus, you can upgrade your ticket to a pit field pass for an up-close view of the show. For tickets and more information, visit